what the hell's wrong with this? Man, this is messed up. But now, here we go. Listen. The show has already started messed up, but that's okay, because I will give you 3+ hours as I ramble on in this Monday Night Toy Ramblings, where we're going to go over so much stuff, and we'll also talk about next week, which I will not be on next Monday, as, well, baby mama is out of town, so someone's got to pick the kid up. But we're going to have a little bit of a change, because there still will be a night ramblings, but it won't be on Monday. We're going to have a Saturday night toy ramblings for roughly about an hour. Anyway, thank you guys all for showing up. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I hope everyone's doing great on this Monday. I hope this is a good way to kick off, or shall I say end your Monday. Hope it wasn't too rough. Hope it shows that these next 4 days, if you work Monday through Friday, some of you guys work on the weekends, and God bless all you. Because I don't think I could work on the weekends. Although all I do is end up doing YouTube stuff, it seems. So is it really too much of a difference, other than it's not something I have to do to pay the bills? Anyway, how is everyone doing tonight? As I was saying, next Monday, there will not be a show. My son gets off school anywhere between 9 and 11. I don't know when it's going to be, so I have to go pick him up because his mom won't be around to do it. So I'm going to have to go pick him up. So I've decided that I'm not going to do a Monday night. But as I was trying to figure out, can I do a Sunday show? Can I do a Tuesday show? Well, those were out. Not only do both my moderators do separate shows opposing each other on Tuesday, but I also have to go pick up my daughter and her mother from the airport. And then Sunday, I'd be going up against Hella Dope Toys, and I want to do that. But then Oz, out of nowhere, reached out to me and asked if I would like to host the Clubhouse, because he just needs a break. Some people can't continue to go on with the drama, so they don't want to go with drama, and they just need a little bit of time off. And I fully understand, because man, it can weigh on you. And I said, you know what? That actually works out perfect. So rather than starting the Clubhouse at 10 p.m., like he always does, or shall I say 10-ish, I'm going to start on this channel at 9 p.m. We're going to do a nice short Saturday night toy ramblings. Probably go on for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then we will kick off into the Clubhouse. You won't have to leave here, but you know what? That's when it'll change, and we'll bring on guests, but it's a Clubhouse takeover, so you know how it goes. There's people they have that I'm friends with, and if I don't like you, you're not going to be on. It's that simple. Why would you be watching if you don't like the show, or if you don't think I like you? Anyway, so that's how that's going to work this Saturday. So be prepared. Matthew, he's going to have to kick in and help out. He kind of knows this, but now he's hearing it for sure. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's say hi to the chat. There's 34 people here right now. Please hit the like button if you haven't. Also, tell me, I'm asking you guys, do you guys like the generated pictures that move? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's when you scroll through and you see a figure and it starts moving, and it's not stop motion. Half the time, it doesn't make any sense. You don't know what the hell it's doing. Please answer. As of right now, we have 22 people to say that, yes, they're very cool, and 33 that say not really, and 26 to say hell no. They creep me out. And then 19% say, what are you talking about? And I think some people may not know exactly what I'm talking about, but please go check it out. Just vote. It kind of gives me an idea of how many people have been strolling through here. All right, so let's say hi to everyone. We have Stanley Eberhardt, who has here NECA poster series, RoboCop. Is that how RoboCop is spelled? Johnny Reno is here. We have Ronnie Trickshot, who has joined us. We have Kenzo's Creations. We have SES Dog. We have Matthew Matson, who was my first moderator. We have the new MTC, formerly known as PNC Bank. It is super cool to have a financial system that supports Monday Night Toy Ramblings. So keep on the lookout. Now we have MTV showing up. We have GI Bro, who has the best guns in the business, and also will be my guest this Thursday with a friend, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have David R. We have Ozradamus Toys, who is allowing me to continue my my toy ramblings on a separate day. I guess technically he could stop it if I wanted to go on Saturday, but that'd be kind of a BS move to do that against a friend just because. We have Action Figs, my other moderator. We have Menhoza, who is joining us. Not that many people today. 3-Star Draw, who's been all over the place. I've seen him in a bunch of lives recently. We have Model Misfit, also known as Loki. Machine Man. Did I say that? I feel like I already said that. We have Nolan, which now makes us Toy Tube official. We have a Beardy McBeardyson saying, with tonight's poll, I feel attacked. This was supposed to be my safe space. Hey, all you punks. Hey, if you like it, awesome. If you create it, awesome. If you don't like it, get on board. Todd C has joined us. We have a Roll Keeper who's now in the house here. I've seen him all over the place too. We have Mr. Wonderful saying, oh man, this topic is forbidden. Well, you are a huge, huge user of AI art and music. But I don't think we've made it too much of a secret that we're not huge fans of it. Gun Bunny Customs has joined us also. And we have Mr. Wonderful say, member for 16 months. Punk creeps me out. AI does not. And well, that's your own fault. But you know what? As being a member for that long, you know what? You get a...
fucking Phil Collins.
That's right. Joe Fan 84 who has joined us. We have a Brick Something saying, damn, that My Buddy Custom t-shirt is dope. Thank you very much. Just got it in. And it is available if you are wondering. There's links in the description to the store. I just got it in. I want to see how it looks. I'm actually really happy with it. Shirt is a little tight. I'm not gonna. This is a large, all right. And if people that have met me know, I'm not joking when I say I'm 5'4" on a good day. So if anyone thinks that I'm wearing a small or a medium, as a lot of people like to call it, no, I'm not fitting in a medium. I'm sure the hell I'm not fitting in a small. So this is the premium shirt. So just know that they seem to run a little small, but I've also realized over time that when you think you're not as big as you are, you might be a little bit bigger. So anyway, here is Krusty O'Crow who is joining us. He also has been all over the place on live streams. And we have Hustle SM. Hello, Larry. Hello, chat. All right. So let's kind of cover the basis of what we have going on here. So if you've been watching the channel, I did drop a few videos. Don't really have much coming in. Don't have much coming in at all. But I did drop 3 classic videos, as I said, every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. We dropped Rock and Roll, Flash, and the Jump. So it really seems that a lot of people tend to like the vehicles or the... are they considered play sets? I mean, I don't know if I really consider them play sets, but yeah, I can't, like the HAL really isn't. It's not a vehicle, but is it considered a play set? I'll write something down quickly. Man, oh man, when you need a pen to work and it just won't work. Roman, stop it. You can hear him just start going crazy licking. We have the Collecting Brothers. Hey, dudes. Isn't a dude a hair on an elephant's ass? And hey, I'm not insulting you because, man, I say that word way too much too. Anyway, what I was saying is back to the classic reviews. Again, I'm trying to drop 2 figures, Wednesday and Saturday a figure, and then trying to drop a vehicle, especially if one goes with it on that Sunday. So I dropped those this week. People seem to really enjoy them. I think a lot of people like going back in time, just taking themselves out of the space that we're in, the space that we're in. Let's see here. Matthew says the exact moment you yelled at Roman for licking in was yelling in Ingo and at Inigo for licking. So I'm assuming that's his dog. I got really confused with those words there. They said it tongue-tying me. But anyway, people seem to enjoy it. Again, not a lot of people watching it. Yes, Matthew, I kind of figured it was your dog. But hey, maybe that was your kid. I don't think I've ever seen an Ingo before. Again, I think a lot of people seem to like them. There's not a lot of people that watch them, and I understand that. Not everyone wants to go back and watch something from 30 plus years ago, and that's cool. But everyone that seems to watch them seems to really enjoy just sitting back and enjoying and going down memory lane. So, and then I also dropped the Agent Venom. Now, there were a few things that were said about this when I was talking with Trust the Screamer, aka True Star Screamer. And we were talking afterwards, and he was like, it's like, it's okay, and it doesn't have the greatest articulation, but man, I really like this. All right. And no, this ain't these ain't the real weapons. All right. And again, I know nothing about this figure, but I think he's actually really cool. He articulates well enough that I think you can get him a lot of different poses. Again, I don't know anything about the story, so I just kind of threw the nods on him. 2 different weapons, I think gridiron stuff. But I think the big thing is the alternate head, which I made into a Fred 7. And I think it looks really well. This head here, as I kind of mentioned before, it seems to be a bunch of different characters, like different people that I've seen numerous times. And I'm just like, wow, like, I don't even know. Like, at first, I think it looks like this guy. And now, after I mentioned, it looks like Martin from V. Now I can't not see it being Martin. And if you watched V, you kind of remember Martin. He was one of the good aliens, one of the good visitors. So, Shark Guy's jumping here saying, "Hi, Pumpkin friends. I heard you were giving away gridiron stuff tonight. I always need more free stuff." No, I'm not today, unfortunately. Johnny Reno is saying, "Pretty good AI. I'm watching it at Lookout Mountain." Really? This is really what you're going to do right now? What? Lay down. Sit down. Sit down. Want to come up here and say hi? We're not doing anything. No, we just went out, but we're not doing it. And there's no one here to let you out. Say hi. Say hi. Look, say look. Hey, look. You're on my shirt. You like that? Yeah? No? Okay. Lay down. Lay down. Give me 1 second. I gotta open my door here so he can kind of roam in and out. I didn't really think about it, so give me 1 second here. Here's the door, buddy. We'll open the door for you if you want to roam in and out. That way you're not going absolutely crazy when the boy does get home. And we're back. All right. But anyway, the whole Agent Venom, I like it. I do have the Rebel Tech one that is supposed to be coming in from AliExpress. I ordered it, then the tariffs happened, and then the whole post office stuff happened. So it's inbound. It's supposed to be coming here real soon. So once it gets here, we'll take a look at it. We have a Plastic Skulls who has also joined us in the chat right now. All right. And then this week I will be having let's see here. This Wednesday, Short Fuse. Saturday is Hawk, and then the MMS, the Mobile Missile System. Now, if you're a channel member, you can watch the videos. They're uploaded right now, so you can watch them early. Before, I don't think anyone said anything. Yes, during the Hawk review, I called it the HMS, and that's what he came with. You start getting all this stuff kind of mixed together because, the classified team changed the name of the Cobra one, and they haven't brought a GI Joe one out, and you start to forget, and you just start mixing it up, and all this is a bunch of initials anyway. So before anyone yells at me, yes, I know I was wrong. I corrected myself in the next video. So anyway. As for the weekend, thank you to everyone that showed up at Punk's Pit. Again, if you're a channel member, I think we were on for, what were we on for? I think 5 hours, 5.5 hours. And then, of course, what did we do? We chatted afterwards. And that's where all the interesting stuff happens. You get to kind of talk about some stuff that even on a private stream that you don't really want to get into. Because, again, remember, somebody can always record something, screen capture something, but that's when a lot of the fun stuff happens. So, and Krusty O Crow is asking, Punk, did you cover the Whirlwind already? The Whirlwind did not come out until Series 2, and I do have a Whirlwind, so I will be able to do it. Although when I bought it, I did not realize that, and I don't even remember what part it is. It doesn't move. It was glued together. I never had one as a kid. So I do have a Whirlwind, and I don't remember what actually is glued. I think the movement of it, which kind of defeats the purpose of it being called a Whirlwind. But never having one, again, I saw it. I actually bought it from Kokomo Toys. So a little disappointed that a wonderful store that is very well known in the toy community, people travel to, was selling something like that, and it was not marked that way. And I did double check, and it was not marked that way. So, but I will still go over it because I can still review it. But I never had that as a kid, and I don't know why. Because everyone loved Gatling guns. So I don't know why I never had that, but that was something I never had as a kid. Krusty says those flipping wheels were what I would have guessed. Well, now I'm gonna have to check it. Not because I never had one, so I didn't know what the features were. Just like when I did the jump pad, I did not realize that technically the legs were adjustable. No, they were very, very minorly adjustable because they weren't that big, but they were adjustable. As a matter of fact, somebody actually in the comments said those legs were adjustable, and I was thinking, yeah, I remember I kind of pointed it out in the video. So I sometimes wonder if people comment before they finish. If they comment before they finish watching the video. I don't even wonder. I know that people do. Sometimes you have to finish the whole video. And not just mine. I'm talking about people in general. You have to finish the whole video to see if they cover it, because sometimes we miss something, sometimes we don't say anything, sometimes we forget, and then towards the end we're like, oh wow, I forgot to mention this. So don't always be in a rush to jump in to correct somebody, because they may just go over that somewhere. Anyway, but yeah, this weekend, we started filming for a new show. I think I can mention what it is because we got it up on Spotify as of right now. So myself and Adam Vale, who will be my guest in 2 weeks on Thursday with a friend. for the coalition. It is a media-based YouTube channel. I think they have a website also. We are going to be doing a recap of the Reacher show on Amazon Prime called Talking Reacher. So we are filming the first three because it hasn't come out yet. The first three shows aired, oddly enough, and this was complete coincidence. They air the Thursday that he is on the show. So I was on. He started a new series on their channel, talking to somebody that's not in, movies or anything. He wanted to have me on as the first one, and he remembered that I had, mentioned that I like Reacher, so he said, "Hey, would you like to do the show with me?" It's about an hour recap. It'll be on Spotify, but it's also going to be on their YouTube channel, and we'll promote it once it pops off. And again, when he asked me, I said, "Yeah, that's cool." And I was like, "When does it air?" And when he told me when it aired, I was like, "That is the exact same day that you just happen to be coming on." Complete coincidence. So once that hits, we'll promote it. I'll promote it here. That is for sure. And if you're interested, please head on over there, watch it, do that like and everything. But we're gonna have the first three episodes or the first three reaction videos done. And it's a lot in the same vein as what Matthew and I were doing with, kind of like what we were doing in the same vein as Punks on Film, but there's no, at least as of now, there's no slides or anything in it. We literally watch the TV show, the episode, and then we start talking about it right away. So that's the other thing that I have going on. And let me tell you, man, all this stuff, it ends up taking its time. That is for sure. So I want to say thank you to him. That's why I actually wasn't on the Clubhouse. We had a lot of technical difficulties the first time. Hopefully all the other episodes go way, way, way smoother than that. We have Jamie Garcia jumping in here saying, "Hello, everyone." And then we have Graf. Good evening. We talking Reacher, Punk at the Movies coming back. No, not right now. Full disclosure, I'm running out of hours in the day to do all the stuff that I'm doing. and yes, RIP Punks on Film. It's not dead. It's just on a long hiatus. Kind of like when Netflix put the show on hiatus, and you're like, "Oh my God, is it coming back?" And then 4 or 5 years later, it comes back. Don't worry, it can always return. And then I watched the Super Bowl with my daughter, and well, I can say that I was happy KC did not win, but man, did I waste a Sunday watching that game because, well, it was over before it even started. Let's just say. So congratulations to Baldy Fucks Reviews and his Eagles. They win another Super Bowl. I know a lot of Lions fans are very upset because they're like, that should have been us. I don't know if I agree with that because, well, we saw how they played against Washington. I don't think the Lions were going to get past the Eagles in the way they were playing. But hey, you never know. But I've been saying this for quite some time, man. All season long, KC. I know sports ball, very few people. I may be losing people faster than if I was talking Motu. KC had been playing with fire all year long. They had just kind of been going through the motions. And if the refs, I hate being that conspiracy guy, but man, if those refs didn't always seem to be helping them out, I don't think they might be where they were at the end of the season. So anyway, either way, it all played out. In the end, best team won. End of story. There's no denying that. Commercial with the flesh cowboy hat at the stuff hat is the stuff of nightmares. Okay, my daughter watched that and she was like, yes. It wasn't just the flesh cowboy hat. they had other flesh heads too. It was creepy as shit. I'm with you, Graf. 100%. My daughter was like, wow, no. And what the hell was it even about? Because I have no idea what that commercial was. That's one thing I hate about commercials. I've said this numerous times. If I don't care how good a commercial is, man, if that commercial, if I don't remember what it was about, what did it really matter? You spent what, 26 million or whatever it was on a commercial. I think it was like 10 million. I could be wrong. It might be more. But what's the purpose of it? Oh, wow, that's an awesome commercial, but I can't remember what it was about. I remember what those Dunkin' Donuts commercials were about, because they're plastered. They're talking Dunkin' Donuts. It actually makes sense. But you're right. Those things were definitely creepy as hell. And we have Debo DNA jumping in here saying, "What's up, punk?" The choice between the cheaters and the assholes won. I don't know if I ever considered them the assholes. You consider them some pretty bad things. I gotta say, those people are something else, man. They truly are. But again, I'm one of those people. If I catch a commercial, I catch a commercial. But that's not why I'm watching the Super Bowl. I'm watching it for the football. And again, I've seen people, complaining about the white men complaining about the halftime show, and it's like, maybe they just like watching football. I don't think there should be a halftime show. I mean, I understand why, because they have so many commoners watching it that don't watch football, but the people that watch football all year long, we don't really want to watch a crappy artist that we don't like, or even how an artist I do like. Okay, I don't care. I just want to get to the football. That's all. And then we have Daredevil Dave jumping in here saying, "Sup, punk," in chat. And then we have Trust the Screamer here. Okay, I have arrived. What did I miss? We being an asshole and filing taxes. Or was being an asshole and filing taxes. I hope you get some money back. Hope you get some money back for being a true Star Screamer. I don't think you really missed anything. Other than I will not be here next Monday. All right? So there's 56 people. Let me restate that. I will not be doing a show next Monday, as I have to do some stuff to pick up my son, as his mom is not in town, and I don't know what time he needs to be picked up. It's during the show. So Saturday at 9 p.m., I will be doing Saturday Night Toy Ramblings for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then transitioning directly into the Clubhouse takeover, where I'm taking over Oz's Clubhouse on my channel. You don't even have to switch. I'm just gonna hit the intro, and then you're gonna hear a whole different intro. And when I come back, there might be guests. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's guests. All right. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so I'm just trying to see, is there anything else really to talk about here? So as I mentioned, the new shirt, just got it in today. It does fit pretty well. Like I said, it's kind of small, so if you're ordering any of the premium shirts from anywhere, so like if you look in the description, you'll see it. But like if you're ordering any premium, they seem to be a little small in my opinion. I can't say that for sure. Justice Starscreamer says, "So I will be doing a show next Monday." Hey, go for it, man. Go for it. I've been trying to figure out how I could do it. I can't believe no one said it yet, but there was one show that I did where I left to go pick up my son from work. His college is a little bit further away, so it would it would be a long gap that it would just be left dead air. Although it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but who knows? Clint Jorgensen says, hated the Kendrick Sweet Chin Music reference and the insinuation of the HBK being greater than Bret Hart. That's not an insinuation. It's true. He is better than him. And Tony's face jumping here saying, what up all you hookers? My bad. I was watching Gun Bunny's videos. That's odd because Gun Bunny was already here. I think the boy is home because the dog is barking. So anyway, like I said, shirts, merchandise, it's all up there if you are interested. If I don't pimp it, you know, who else is going to pimp it, right? Who else is going to promote your own product if you won't do it yourself? So go over there and buy some merchandise. Get something that's really cool or something that's not really cool, or don't buy anything. I don't really. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Although it is super cool to see your shirt on shows. It's cool to see your shirt at different conventions and stuff like that. So, and then we have Payne's Toy Sample jumping in here saying, hey kids. Payne might even be on this Saturday. He tends to pop into Oz's. So maybe he'll actually be on this show if I send him a link. Also, don't forget, I guess we should throw up the banner really quickly so you know exactly where to get all your fine merchandise. Don't forget, Hella Dope Toys. Head on over there, right? And when you head on over there, use my code APWT, a punk with toys, you get 10% off your entire order, whether it be pre-orders or anything in stock. You'll see the Entertainment Earth. My suggestion is only order stuff from Entertainment Earth if it's in stock, and definitely if it's on sale. Because if it's on sale and you use a code, you get 10% off that. That is the one good thing. If you pre-order anything from Entertainment Earth, even though I do get some commission for it, and I appreciate that, you'll probably be the last person on Earth to get it. I'm just saying. And Realm of Toys jumping in here, Frankie. If you're not checking out this guy's face or Instagram page, please go do it. He absolutely wonderful photography. And if you didn't see his Thursday with a friend, go check it out because him and I had a blast. I have a blast with everyone, but it's even better when you just have this good old time with someone you've never really, maybe you shared a screen with and talked to maybe a few times, but when you just have such good chemistry and you hang out and you guys have no idea how long we talk afterwards. Well, some of you do. Big M is joining him. All right. One more thing. All right. So we do have a Facebook page. All right. Punks with Toys. All right. Because once you're a punk, how's it go? I forget. I forget what I used to say. But anyway, we have a Facebook page. Myself, Tony, Matthew Matson are the admins. Jeremy Kimberlin is a moderator. And all you got to do is go there. It is a private group. Okay? It is a private group, but you have to answer a couple questions. The questions are like, where are you from? What is your favorite toy line in modern or vintage, I think? 3 very, 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 very fucking very easy questions. If you don't answer them, we normally will not let you in unless we know who you are. All right? Because it helps weed out the bots or people that are just jumping in. Again, it's not that hard to do it. All right? So just answer that if you do. Here's another thing. It came up today, or came up yesterday, and Tony messaged me, and I called him. Like, what are you talking about? For some odd reason, there was a couple things that got flagged, and I didn't see it. I don't know why I didn't get flagged. It doesn't show me on my phone. So I had to go on my laptop, on my computer. It showed me that there was a couple things that were, I don't know, for some odd reason being flagged. One was the dreadnoughts on swamp skiers. I don't know why. And the other one was these little miniatures that this guy was painting, and they were all G.I. Joe figures. No reason whatsoever for it to be flagged. Okay. And I didn't see it. And then he made another comment, and it must have flagged him for some reason, probably after the first comment. Second comment was just like, hey, why isn't my stuff getting through? I didn't know. And then his last one was pretty, he had a few profane words in there again, and he was really pissed off. I can understand you're kind of getting aggravated. And so I ended up reaching out to him and said, hey, you know what? I don't know why I got flagged, but, we let it go. And I didn't say anything, right? I didn't say anything about, dude, your last one. He was just pissed off, and I definitely know why that one got flagged. And he said, that's fine. I've already moved on. Thank you. And he seems to still kind of pissed off about it. Again, I can't fucking help it. If Facebook fucking flagged something that makes no sense. There were miniature G.I. Joe figures. They are in the realm of toys. There was nothing that I saw in there, nothing that Tony saw in there, and how I had even seen them in other groups. He said it was like, and he was like, this happened like 4 times. Like, we were doing it on purpose. Like, listen, I don't know you from Adam and Eve, and I'm sure you're a nice guy or whatever. You got aggravated, but if you get flagged with something, maybe just reach out to the moderators or admins. And again, this isn't our life, so we're probably not gonna, we might not see when it flags us. But you can shoot us a message, and I know with me, I usually am told when, hey, you have a message that you have to look at to approve. Again, Facebook's going to flag people, flag things. I don't really have any control over it. So just know that. But again, it flagged the dreadnoughts, which I'd seen in a few other pages too, and there's no reason for it to flag. So, but for some odd reason, Facebook said, hey, I'm flagging this. And as we all know, who knows? And here's Tony saying, answer, please. It's easy. Answer the question. I mean, I didn't make them like, hey, I need your social security number, your mother's maiden name, and your current place of residence, And Thanos Copter has jumped in here saying, hey, everybody climbing up and down ladders while watching and listening. Thank you very much. And be careful. We don't need Thanos Copter falling somewhere and getting fisted himself. And then Fat Shred has joined us. Holy witch titties, it's minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit for a temp right now in the big MT. You know what? Don't need that. I don't need that. I don't even think we're close to that right now. What are we at? I do have a weather alert. We're 23 degrees. So I'll take 23 degrees. That is for sure. And Tony's Figs gifting 5 punk memberships. So you know what you get there.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And that goes to Big M, Anthony Argulera, Motu Guru, TC, and Boba Fett Gaming. So congratulations. And Tony, thank you very much for donating those to everyone. So, and look, Big M's even saying thank you there. Thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Again, we're trying to give you some content. It's hard, man. I do so much content. But I will say this, I try and do some stuff, give you guys some behind the scene things, other than just Punk's Pit. But when I was talking about this after the show with Wraith Mace, and I was, man, I kind of feel bad. I don't give him. And he fucking yells at me. He's like, don't you fucking feel bad. Don't you fucking feel bad, man. He's like, people, they want to be a channel member. They want to help you out. They want to support you. He's like, don't you feel bad. Like, I was like, all right, man. Like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Punisher Bill jumping in here saying, hey, Lawrence. Hi, everybody. All right. So, quickly before we get into getting into the news. Oh, wait a minute! Here comes Johnny Reno saying here member for 12 months.
Fucking Phil Collins.
Let me just say something. Never in my wildest dreams, well, I don't know why it would even be a dream, never in a million years would I have thought that an interview, a Thursday with a Friend with Gaz, where somehow, dude, I don't even remember. I got to go back and watch it. How Phil Collins came out, that holy shit, the whole fucking Phil Collins would have taken on a whole life of its own. And I mean, a complete life of its own. And again, the fact that Olivia had already done Welcome to the Creamery, and then it's just like, well, she might as well say it. And I think you're going to hear it a lot more, not just through me. So it's, yeah, I love when the organic shit just starts, man. When stuff that's just organic happens, it's great. It just makes the show, it makes the show real. It doesn't feel like things are just pushed down people's throat like I think a lot of other shows are, and that's fine. Everyone's got to have their own niche. But you watch TV shows, and you can see when things are made. Like, we're gonna make this work, and in actuality, it doesn't work out for them. So, Clint Jorgensen says the only time we are forced to be a channel member is when Tony or Wraith buys you a membership. That is very true. That is the only time that you are forced to. And Daredevil Dave saying a member for 3 months. He definitely gets a
Fucking Phil Collins.
Because he was the guy that was mad at me because he's like, I want to be a channel member. I can't become a channel member. I'm like, I can't do nothing. Like, it's right there. You don't. Well, you have an iPhone. And for some odd reason, the iPhone wouldn't let you do it. I believe that it's all changed. So, okay. So quickly before we get into the news, last week, I go to a client's office. It's a dentist office, right? 8 in the morning. It's actually, oddly enough, it's in a strip mall that we used to go and skateboard at when it rained, but usually when it was snowing. And it was one of those ones where you're like, why didn't we realize just to bring a broom, right? But anyway, I pull up. I'm like, is this a kid's dentist office? And I go in there, and it's not a kid's dentist office. And I asked them, I'm like, who did this? And they're like, oh, this was our consultant. They told us so. And they let me take pictures. So to have like a Lions player, sports players in Michigan, Detroit area, not that shocking. But this was the dentist office. You got Aiden Hutchinson, a life-size Chewbacca. I'd ignore that fake Star Wars in the back. Darth Vader and a stormtrooper, along with like prizes or stuff that they give to the kids. I guess after they've been, good. All this stuff like is plastered throughout the dentistry. It is one of the coolest places I've been to. Again, it is down the hallway. I didn't want to take a shot inside it because all the chairs are being used, and I definitely don't want to take a picture of anyone that's having any dental work. But even in their waiting room, they have this. And I sent this to my daughter because I told the story about when I would drop Andrew off for school, and she was in middle school, he was in high school. They were on the same property, but we had like 40 minutes before I could drop her off. So we'd run over to Walmart, which was 2 minutes away, and we'd walk through there, and there was a Miss Pac-Man. And we'd play every single day, one game, and then head on out until one day it was gone. And then one day it was gone. 3 stars saying the dentist that owns that place is definitely 45 to 50. It's actually a female, and not that matters. It's a female dentist, but it was. And I asked, I said, where? Because I'm thinking there's someone like us, right? And they said, nope. They had a consultant come in and said, hey, what should we do? And that's what they said to go with. But I can tell you, like, I'd be like, hey, let's go to the dentist. Let's go play video games. Let's go take pictures with Darth Vader and a creepy Chewbacca. But at least it wasn't an AI Chewbacca, so there's that. Anyway, all right. So what I am going to do is we're going to get into the news, but of course, before we get into the news, we got to have a word from our sponsor. As hell, they don't really pay any of the bills, but I like these guys.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble dust. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, "Oh, Moss Man, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch myself for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio." So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, what about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HelloDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in 1 business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, Moss Man, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HelloDopeToys.com and I just pushed the buttons and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box. I thought, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh, dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HelloDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're gonna save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all save. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to HelloDopeToys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then like at the end of the month, they're like, Hello Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com and like and subscribe. And then in the comments, put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not HelloDopeToys.com, I'm probably just going to delete it, okay? So, all right, guys, bye!
All right, so there you go. Hello Dope Toys. If you have not gone there, you haven't ordered anything, head on over there. See what they have. How you know, just go check out their clearance section. Use code APWT, you get 10% off, and they do ship super fast. Help Ted and Aaron clean out their house. That should be the new motto. Help Ted and Aaron clean out their house. Get shit out of there. We have Dreadnought K6 jumping in here. So let's just get into a little bit of the news as we are 49 minutes into this broadcast. And we go with Motu. Now you guys can all leave, but I wouldn't stay away for too long as well. There's not a lot of Motu news, but there is some. And that is this invisible Skeletor. Who the hell were we talking to? Was it on Punk's Pit that we were talking about this? And then somebody came back and they started asking about it. And they're like, or started telling us, we're like, dude, we literally talked about this whole thing. Like, we sat there. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, Kenzo like showed everything off. Yes, Panther drops tomorrow. I forgot to put that in here. So the oversized Panther, which is just a repainted Battle Cat. Anyway, this is from, I believe, one of the episodes where Orko's cape gets thrown over him. I only know because we talked about it on the show. But I actually think this looks awesome. I like translucent figures. I think they're pretty cool, but this figure just looks really good, right? It's just cool. There's Skeletor running. I love the Havoc staff. Again, not something I'm going to be getting, but I think I like the blue and the purple and the translucent in that color. Again, there's something about Mattel and Motu, when they do their glow in the darks, for the for what they charge you, they're by far the best glow in the darks. That Scare Glow I bought for $15 a few years ago is still the best glow in the dark figure. Bang for your buck, that is for sure. 3 stars saying Skeletor times Crystar. I still have no idea what the hell Crystar is. I mean, I know it, but I don't know anything about it. So here he is. Again, cool looking figure. If you want it, go out and get it. If you don't want it, then you know what? Don't buy it. But also don't leave the stream. Just stick around. There's only like 3 Motu figures to get through. And here's the packaging. So it does look weird with the Orko cloak on him. It looks like he's going to get his hair cut. It looks like he's getting his hair cut and the little the cape they throw over so you don't get hair all over you. So maybe Skeletor is just getting it. It looks like he's getting a bowl cut, to be honest. They just put that bowl on. They're gonna shave right around the sides. Bobby Wold says, "I wonder if they're ever going to do a Masterverse." What is that? I don't know what that's called. I don't know the name of that. Kenzo's also saying it has removable face plates. Oh yeah, there it is right there. So you can see there's a removable faceplate right there. That's Skeletor. That Skeletor was an 80s kid. I never had a bowl cut. Thank God I never had a bowl cut. Here's the back of it as he's putting the bowl on his head. I feel like I need to go watch this episode just so I can know exactly what the hell really went on. I must have seen it, but man, you forget some of this stuff, right? I mean, you see so much stuff. It's hard to remember everything. The big dragon with the Viking helmet. Okay. Here is Buzz Off with his lance. I always like Buzz Off. I know that he couldn't really. I know he couldn't hold his weapons, and I do know that at least with the newer figures, I don't remember if the older figures, they kind of had like a little slot so you could notch the weapon in. It still never held it that well, but I had Buzz Off as a kid. I like the flying figures. I love Stratos. I like Buzz Off. And I think this one actually looks pretty cool. Might be pretty cool too for anyone that's like, if you have any bee lovers in your family and they don't collect toys, but now you can buy them a toy. So you can be like, see, you have a toy. My daughter, she loves, not Olivia, but my oldest. She has a thing for bees. I don't think these types of bees, though. Motu bees, that is. So anyway, here he is barely holding his lance. Now you need a Stridor so he can play. They can joust. And what was the jousting movie with the Joker? Something tail. What is it? Someone will tell me. The guy that one of the Olsen twins killed. That Cheerios on roids. A Knight's Tale. Thank you very much. Graf is coming here saying he doesn't hold that weapon with his hands, punk. There's a point in the back to stick it in. There's a port in the back to stick it in. Okay. Am I missing something? Yes. The one that the Olsen twins killed. I mean, they had to fight to get this pose, right? I mean, this pose, you would have had to fight to get this pose because Motu really, as cool as the Origins are, they don't really have the best poses in the world. So when you get a good pose, you kind of trying to keep it there as much as possible. But yeah, I actually think this pose is pretty good. This is like the pose you'd use. It's got the goggles on, so. And here he is, kind of. You can do this. They got big feet, and their ankles are strong enough they can hold them off. So, Thanos capture saying, if that's true, I need this buzz off. I'm assuming they're talking about this port or something. I don't know. Tatsi says, thought you would bring up thrashing with skateboard jousting. I've seen thrashing like one time. I don't like the skateboard movies. I know everyone else. I don't really like the skateboard movies. Gleaming the Cube was awful, but it was enjoyable as such a bad movie. Not even a bad skateboard movie. Told you before, it breaks my heart that Rad is the best extreme movie of all time, and it's not even close. It breaks my heart to have to say that a BMX movie is the best extreme movie, not a skateboard movie. So, and yes, it was Thanos, and it was Thanos skateboarding. So maybe I should change my name to Thanos Skateboard, and then Thanos Copter and I can become a. You know what? I'm not even going there. Not even going there. Anyway, here we go. If you like Buzz Off from the cartoon, it is available for you. You don't have to. And then we have Frosta, right? And I think this figure looks really good. I thought this figure looked really good in Masterverse also. And it's not just the figure so much, in my opinion. I think the colors, just really work. I think this blue, the light blue, obviously the translucent, but also the hair, it really works. I think this just really works with a figure. Like I said, I like the way the Masterverse one looked, and I like the way this one looks too. And the white really, at least in these pictures, hides the knees. Masterverse is not the Origins figures. The females do not have the best looking knees. I think everyone knows that. But there's one. This one is, I think, just one that looks really, really good. Kenzo says, "Hell yeah, Frost is a good one." We have MCR jumping in here saying, "That's the buzz off or buzz off people for army building." Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we have J Solo Arts jumping in here. I disagree, Punk. BMX Bandits is the best extreme sports movie ever. Have you never seen Rad? I've never seen BMX Bandits. I just know that Rad has Lori Lofton in it, and they bicycle boogie, all right? And they ass slide, and they race from a cop, or they play something with the cop, and they have awesome music. I don't know, Jay. Like, you're allowed to have the wrong opinion. Thanos Cop saying, "Damn it, Larry! I got down the ladder to say I'm down." But now I'm interested to watch BMX Bandits. Yeah, but I don't know, dude. Lori Loughlin, right? Dude, does Nicole Kidman bicycle boogie? That's all I have to ask. Does she bicycle boogie? All right. Does it have the evil Bart Taylor? Does it have Zaymot and Tomax in it? Do they at one time say, "Hulk Hogan, eat your heart out"? Do we learn? Do we watch someone learn how to do? She calls it an airwalk. All right, it's not an airwalk because an airwalk was a skateboard trick, but a backflip on a bike. And then she makes him take the mats out and says he over rotated. Clint Jorgensen says Smokey and the BMX Bandits would be a good remake. All right. And this is what happens to the show. And you wonder why people tune in? So do I. No. It is ass sliding. Not butt sliding with Laurel. It's ass sliding. Remember, he's looking to do it. He's waiting to do it with someone special. James Lucas jumping in here. Great to have you. All right. So here she is again. If you're into Origins, I think this is a must-have. No doubt about it. Just in general, I think everything on this looks really good. Face sculpt looks good. the articulation is what it is, right? So, and she has I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think the plastic capes on Origin are perfectly fine. I don't think it's as much of a foobar as the other ones not having cloth capes. Just in my opinion, maybe because they're so small and just the glossiness of them. So, just Jeff jumping in here saying, "Is this Elsa all grown up?" Maybe that's why a lot of us like it. So anyway, there you go. That is Frosta, and if I am correct, Frosta is from She-Ra, correct? So Kenzo can tell me because he's the Motu expert. All right, and here's the back of it. Only a 3-figure wave. So it does look like Scott Knightlick, the guru. He's eventually going to be correct. Motu is coming to an end. You say something is going to end long enough, it's eventually going to end. You say, hey, they're going to make this, and more than likely, if it's a popular character, you're going to be right. All right. So, congrats to everyone that said, hey, you know what? It's coming to an end. It's not going to be in stores. All right. And here's what she comes with. Looks good. All right. On to Uncle Todd McFarlane Toys. Graf says Frosta should have been with He-Man, but that Eternian slut Tila got in her way. You think He-Man was just like a total man whore? I mean, let's be honest, dude. He's like this little wimpy prince, and then he turns into He-Man. Come on, dude. He probably has a whole bunch of little He-Men running around. I guess it'd be called He-Boys. Nothing by that sounded right. All right. And McFarlane is dropping this. This is a Big Bad Toy Store. The pre-order launches February 13th, so get ready for it. This has already been out there. This is just another repaint. I have no real issues with this. You can see that cape there is it's a static cape. It's plastic, but it's meant to be flowing in the wind. When he is in this position, he clearly is. You're not meant to really pose him. He's meant to stand there like a statue. But you can take the figure out, and it looks like there's a secondary cape that you can kind of throw on it. I think we've all seen this before. It was a Target exclusive, then there was a signed version of it. Todd is awesome at repainting stuff. I'm saying awesome is probably the wrong words. But I think it looks awesome. All right. And someone said that, they've already seen people remake or repaint this and customize this to be a Spawn cape. So if Thanos Cop, going back to the Motu, says the cloth cape that Mattel uses is terrible except for King Grayskull. So that says everything. You don't need to do it. You don't need cloth capes, Mattel. Hasbro, you need to. All right, your Legends, you need to. If McFarlane can do it, so can you. Grizzlehorn coming in here saying, hit like all AI art sucks donkey nuts. The Big M saying, are the He-Boys from Thailand? I don't know. But I know exactly what you're referring to. And Clint Jorgensen is saying, oh good, I can take a break on McFarlane, but we'll tune back for Super 7 news. No Super 7 news. Although Super 7 is really pushing that they have the reaction figures in stock. And I even saw them post somebody posted it. The 2 deluxe figures, and like $20 each, or buy the bonus pack for $40. So you order both of them and gets the bonus pack. You get both of them for the same fucking price? Then you're a bonus, guys. I have a headache. True Star Screamer says, I hope they fix the arms on this. They would break the torso popping them in. Oh, that's interesting. Well, anyway, here he is. But what are you gonna do? Like, oh, I don't know, dude. I see this here, and it's like, this is. If I buy it, I want this. I want this pose. You know, like this. I want to be looking at this all the time. Like, this is what I kind of want in a statue if I was to get it. You know, just. But I mean, it is cool. He makes it an action figure, but who knows? Anyway. And then we have the Batman, the Killing Joke. And I'm sorry, I can't see this as not being a pink robe. I know a lot of people like this. I think it was Robo that was saying he just loves his Joker, so he's probably going to buy it. It's probably just a repaint. Because I know we've seen this before. But I'm sorry. I see it, and it doesn't look like a trench coat. It looks like a pink coat. So if you want it, go pick it up. It's going to be available. I like when he Jokerizes Jokers. Because you know he's going to do it, right? He Jokerized the Joker. And then here we have the Flash and why don't I say Cyborg? Why can't I think of his name? What is the it's not Cygor, because Cygor is McFarlane. Anyway, here's the Flash. We can see how big the donkey is. It is the same size as it's the same buck as the other non-articulated figure. Grodd, thank you. I don't know why. Thank you, Caleb. I got Cygor on my maybe because it's McFarlane. Who knows? Toy Optics is jumping here saying it's a repaint of a figure that was impossible to get the first time around. Which one? The Joker, or it's weird to hear something is impossible to get from McFarlane because it seems like they're always available to get. So anyway, here's a Flash. You can see how big he is. Here is the Gorilla Grodd. So, does Gorilla Grodd have cybernetics? And then I honestly mean that. I didn't think that he did, but the Joker. Okay. It still looks. I don't care if it's hard to get. He still looks like he's wearing a pink robe. And this, again, this gorilla. Why there's no articulation to it, I have no idea. It looks good, but what are you really gonna do with it? If you can't articulate it, it takes away from so much. And it would have been perfect because I think people would have bought it to use with their AWOC or anything. So it's not Grodd. Okay. Oh, it's Titano. Okay. I was going to write all this stuff down and I forgot. Liquid Identity says Todd can't articulate without giant ass pens. Sorry, but you're talking caps. That means you're yelling. But I also could tell that you had it on wrong. You said sorry, caps. Anyway, and what? I think I was watching. Toy Games and Yojo Jerk, and they were saying that this looks like a red rocket. Like, whoever took the picture should have noticed that that Flash's leg kind of looks like a schlong. So now you can't unsee that if you didn't see it already. Allison Troy jumping in here saying greetings all. All right. Yes, Jeff says this person should no longer take photos. Or maybe they were doing it on purpose, right? Maybe they were like, Maybe they were like, I'm gonna see if I can slip this in. Oh man, I didn't mean to say that. And maybe they're just like, yeah, I should have done this. Matthew's saying, wow. Liquid identity here. Bad photo. Tony laughing at it. Joe fan can't unsee it. Jeff says I stand by my previous statement. And Caleb saying from that angle it does look weird. It's gold at the tip. I just but I believe it was Gaines and Jerk talking about it. And again, I had to see it. I had to hear it. Now you guys had to get to hear it and can never not see it. All right. And here you can see that it technically was not his schlong. That it is the Flash in the back. All right. Here is this figure. I don't know who he is. I truly was going to write everything down like I did last week of things I didn't know, but then I got really busy and had other things. So anyway, some more McFarlane. And he has a mask. What's this guy's name, everyone? Participation points for everyone. Let's just like giving points away for who can help me. Spaceman Trevor. Flash in the back. Man, so many jokes there. It's either Alan or Adam Strange. I believe Robo said it was Adam Strange. Lone Dragon says Bob. Adam Strange. Yeah. I believe that, yeah. Robo was saying Adam Strange because I remember the name. So, Jeff said he got stuck on a planet Ran, and CNA only got back to Earth every once in a while. He was a CNA, like a certified nursing assistant. Anyway, if you're interested in it, it is there. I know nothing about this character, but he does have a open face and then the face mask, a screaming head. So this is like if Duke got stuck out in space, right? Because everyone, every person needs a screaming Duke face. No one needs a screaming Duke face. Here's the back of him. And I got to say, the whole time that, this whole time that we waited, where there was that kabush and or the squash or whatever you want to call it, where they weren't allowed to use guns and stuff and DC characters. Well, it looks like it might be over here. So maybe there is a hope for you people wanting hooded Cobra Commander. Maybe one day. Just maybe one day. And then there's this guy. All right, guys, help me out. Participation points. Who is this guy? What does he do? What comic was he first seen in? Or was he in a cartoon first? Liquid Identity coming in first with the dead shot. If I gave stuff away, Bobby Wold would have won. He would have known right away. He would have been the first one in there. Yeah, I know the name. Like once you say Deadshot, I know exactly who from the movies. That's probably the only reason why I know exactly who it is. But anyway, if you need a Deadshot, there he is. Here's the back of him. Those are some awesome colors. Is this his actual colors, like his color palette? Because, wow. Like, I thought Darkline was fucked up. This thing's pretty bad, too. Sean Forrester jumping in here. So Will Smith played him in Suicide Squad. Well, yeah, as soon as you said Deadshot, I thought of Will Smith. I think that was I think he played that, and he went and he smacked Chris Rock, and then he walked off and he did this. Anyway, that's it for McFarlane Toys. So if you were listening in the background and you're like, wow, I've been waiting, can I come back? It is time to come back as we're moving to some Storm collectibles. Look at the nice little new background that The what the hell is this thing called? PowerPoint gave me. I hate this square. Bobby Wolf says participation points. Never heard of it. Only trivia. You know what? I don't go to Ollie's every day, and I don't have stuff to give away. I'm not even getting. I'm not even going to get into the bullshit today of the meeting at work about. Hey, we're going to have to raise your insurance, and that means the cost gets put onto you. So, woohoo! Just when you think you have a little bit more money in your pocket, you're like, yeah, no. Hey, Cobra Commander jumping in saying, "What's up, gang?" All right, so Storm Collectibles. These are available on BBTS and probably Entertainment Earth and other places. We've known that they have done Street Fighter figures in a little bit larger scale at a higher price point. These are the arena figures. They're coming in at I think $27 price point. It's only $2 more. And they, in my opinion, they are going to come in hard after. They're coming in hard after Jada.
Here comes the money.
Oops, that's the wrong one. I meant. That's totally the wrong one.
That's what she said.
I even tried to set it up and everything. It never set up your jokes. It never works. Anyway, yes. He was, he was on Arrow and Smallville, played by two different actors. Well, those were two different universes. But yes, I remember him I definitely remember him in Arrow. I don't remember him in Smallville, though. G.I. Jetman jumping in here saying, "What's up, Punk and chat? Great to have you here." And then Sunny Sunrays jumping in here saying, "Hey, Jada, get some competition in this time and not another Street Fighter 2 edition. This is Alpha 3, 4, 5, 6. About time for a change." Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do. I'll definitely be interested. And then Ed here gifting 1 Punk membership, so you know what you guys are going to get.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And that goes to Keith Coleman. So thank you very much. And Action Face donated another one. Let's do this again.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And our buddy Ronnie Trickshot gets it. So congrats to you guys. Say thank you to Ed. Thank you to Tony who gifted the memberships. It is greatly appreciated. Just Jeff said he was in his Western attire for Smallville. Man, I'm just trying to think. Because I really liked Smallville, but I don't remember Deadshot. But again, you see so many things, and it's been so long since we've seen that stuff. Congratulations on the Eagles win. I just didn't want KC to win. You're thinking about Baldy Fucks. Baldy Fucks reviews. He is the Eagles fan. Anyway, back to this. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't like the way these look. I don't like the look of this compared to the Jada toys. I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying I don't really care for. I don't care for their look. I think Jada looks better, but they're different, which is nice. And they're going to be, this is the Alpha 3 figures, and again, it's nice to have something else. I don't know why you go in with Street Fighter when there's other fighting games you probably could have gone with. But if Jada doesn't produce more than 3 figures in a wave, there is a chance that they could kind of just get left behind, right? Because it does take away from, they're taking their sweet old time with everything. But I guess if they're doing it properly and they're doing the Mega Man stuff properly, I don't think too many people are going to be, too upset. Anyway, quickly,
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Pop Blender with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Saying, hey, Punk, just slipping this under your door for rent. What's up, chat? Still at work, but I'm listening as I clean up. See you all in a bit. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Again, those super chats, they do mean a lot to everyone. So if you can support someone in the community, do it, man. It feels good to support people. So, again, great articulation. And I don't think anyone's going to argue with this. And hey, if you came to me and you're like, you know what, I like these better than Jada, I'm not going to sit there and give you some big argument. It's not like this is the Super 7 Ultimates doing Street Fighter figures and they have no articulation, and somebody decides to argue with you that they have just as good of articulation, if not better than Street Fighter or Jada. But this is, again, I think they do a good job. I just don't really care for, I don't care for the look all that much. And I hate the back of the knees. That's just my opinion. You might like the way it looks. I don't get it. I just don't think it's, I don't like the aesthetics of it. Thanos Gap, they're saying, Storm also doing multiple games. I wouldn't hold out for a full roster, but I'm looking forward to the Dark Stalkers. Yeah. Toy Optic says, I like Jada taking their time. Storm only releases like one at any time anyway. It seems like if you're going with a lower price point and you're doing the exact same figure line, right? Now, okay, I guess saying the exact same figure line is wrong, but I guess it's, I mean, you can't say the Ultimates were competing with Classified because they clearly weren't. They clearly weren't. There was absolutely no competition with Classified. But it seems like scaling it down, you'd think that they wanted to do more. And I am with you, like taking their time doing it right. All right. I would rather get 3 figures and them being done right rather than, hey, here's 5-figure wave and you're like, man, lots of QC issues. The other thing that I noticed with Jada is that if you look at when they first came out, like some of the figures, like when they first dropped them, and then like later on the second round, they went back and actually fixed a lot of things. Like the paint apps were better. When I look at the Chun-Li Target version compared to the first one that I got right away, the face paint just looks better. Like they went and they fixed something, which, wow, what a concept to fix something that is fucked up. Like that's mind-blowing. But we know not everyone does that. So and Toy Optics says Storm will keep their loyalists. I don't own any Storms. I'm already invested in Jada and super happy with the product. And, you're right. But there are people that love Street Fighter, right? I mean, that's the reason why most of these guys are buying it, right? But I can't get over the knees. I just think the knees look absolutely awful. And to me, this isn't what I think of when I think of Street Fighter. I don't think of this as Street Fighter. When I was younger, they were all playing Street Fighter 2. So all those figures that I've been seeing, like, and the ones that I've been picking up, even though I didn't play, that is how I remember them looking. And again, I can tell who these are. Also, I don't need the articulated toes. I really don't. Maybe you think that they should. I don't know. I don't think they need articulated toes. Pop Blender says, I love the quality. I love the G.I. Joe Ultimate figures. I know I'm in the minority. You are. But I enjoyed them. I get it. Not the best quality, but I love the look of them. And you'd admit that for $55, they're overpriced. But when you get them for $10 or $15, maybe, they're only a little overpriced. Matthew's saying, yeah, the reissue of Chun-Li and Ryu are better. Storm will never finish a line. And Tony's saying, yeah, Fei Long. And Tony, I was actually on the phone with. I remember talking. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I got the Target one, and her face is better. And I meant the paint, not so much the look of it or anything. So yeah, just good. It's just great to have a company that will go back and fix what they know is broken. So anyway, we're spending a lot of time here on this Ken figure. There's a lot of pictures. And here he is doing the spinning kick. But I do think a lot of people are going to be like, hey, you know what? I already have this. Do I need a second? You know, it's Kenzo saying Jada needs to get the license to do a whole Super Smash Bros. Line. So many characters. Oof. Oh, man. Oh, dude, that would be crazy. Like, honestly, you're absolutely, that'd be crazy. Adam Taylor jumping in here saying, I might get the grappler Baki fig, but nothing new here with the Street Fighters. Just playing with your Ken, are you? Now I do like the special effects. I do like the big long ponytail and where his I don't know what do you call it? The headband, the ponytail holder, that far down. So I do like the look of that. It just gives it something different. That is for sure. It definitely gives you something, something a little bit different there. So anyway, that is your Ken, your Alpha 3. This is the Storm Arena. And here he is, the little 2. I don't like the face sculpt, but maybe that's how it's supposed to look, right? And here we can clearly see that they're going to be coming out with a Ryu. And then we have Jeremy Kimberlin jumping in here. Crazy that Street Fighter 2 was 91 and Alpha was 95. Not much time between the games. See, I don't even remember Street Fighter. I remember all my friends were playing Street Fighter 2. And same time, Toys finally jumping in here saying, just made it to the garage. What's up, Punk Matthew and Chatters? Great to have you here, even if you show up a little late. 85 people watching. Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. It helps the algorithm more than you guys realize. Anyway, here's everything that he does come with. The different fists, the different action set piece or his punching. He does come with a stand, which I think is really, I like that. Again, I think Mezco giving you a stand definitely it's great. It's a great idea. And you can use them for so many things. I get so many people. Anytime I have a G.I. Joe figure on the Productive Susan and it's spinning, there's at least one comment asking me about where did I get those stands at. I'm like, they're the stands for Mezco. They're just the discs because, well, their pegs don't work on their feet. So Derek Colliman joining us here saying, good evening all. Whew. All right. On to a little NECA. All right. And here's a Pitchfork Man. I'm not a horror guy. I will say it again. I think NECA, for the price, probably give you the best accessories. They do awesome accessories. They do wonderful accessories. And Pitchfork Man is no different. What the hell is this guy? What is he from? Someone tell me what this dude is from. John Carver. Remember the fuck John Carver is. What is John Carver from? He's from Thanksgiving. Okay. He's a Thanksgiving film. It's a grindhouse slasher movie. Okay. Yeah. Again. But again, I know nothing about this. That's what I have you guys here in the chat for. So you guys, but it looks cool, and I do like what NECA does. So let's say hi to Figure Fight Club jumping in saying, "What's up, Punk? Great to have you jumping in here." It's an interesting looking figure. Again, with me having no knowledge, I didn't even know there's a fucking Thanksgiving slasher movie. I think this looks pretty cool. He looks like he's the pilgrim. I think that's what his look is supposed to be, with a with a phone and a tripod. I don't think they had that on the Mayflower. So he has Thanksgiving and turkey on him. No, I'm just laughing at myself. Here's his pitchfork. There's like so many. Thanksgiving, white meat, dark meat, all will be carved. I tend to believe that was actually the line of the trailer. Am I crazy? Because Allison, even though she makes some really good stuff up, she usually doesn't make it up where it would make sense. No offense, Allison. So anyway, if you need a John Carver, it's the sign of the Carver. Did anyone have sign of the Carver? Sign of the beef carver. In their towns, or in their towns, like I live in a fucking town. I live in a tri-county area. Clint Yorkison says, Army building these guys for the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria dial I am doing. All right. Clint, no joke. When I said he does not look like he came over on the Mayflower, in my head, I started singing that song. And clearly, since you wrote that, you know exactly what song that I'm talking about. But I was thinking of that song, and I was singing in my head. I'm glad I did not sing it out loud. But anyway, look at the I don't know, all these accessories. Does he come with all of this? I was quickly going through these slides. I do love the apron. I love the apron. Now I want to see how bad this movie is. Yeah, okay, Thanksgiving. I understand when I go through my slides, I look at NECA, I see, okay, horror stuff. You guys like it. You guys will fill me in. And I want to go back. I tell myself I'm going to go back, but then I get caught up in my everyday life of other things I have going on, other things that I'm trying to do. And again, that's kind of the love of this show, that we do stuff like this. So here's everything that he comes with. And so he comes with a pitchfork, an axe, a cell phone and tripod, a couple different masks. I really wish that. Is that apron removable? Oh, I want to. He has the turkey carver, a timer. I might just have to buy this figure just for the fucking accessories, man. Like, look at those things, man. Those things are badass. Man, for $40, or probably, hell, you could probably get it for $33 at Target or other places like that. These things never go on sale. NECA never goes on sale. Man, those accessories are pretty much worth the $40, and you could do so much with this stupid figure. I mean, he could just sit in the background, right? I know he doesn't scale with anything, but if you just have him in the background. Same time, Toy says new V for Vendetta figure. That's what I was thinking. He looks more like that, but nope. He's a pilgrim. He's a pilgrim. And then here we have the RoboCop. Now, I did have to look, and I'm like, did this RoboCop already come out? I don't think it does, or did. I don't know if it's the same RoboCop, and they're just redoing it, or relaunching it, repainting it to get them back out there. But I don't think now it's that hard to get. Oof. Now I need a John Wayne figure. If a John Wayne figure comes out, I need to get it because I told you guys already my dad is a huge John Wayne fan. Unless John Wayne is part of the Thanksgiving series and it's not the real John Wayne. Ooh, Jeremy, yes. Need the apron for Roblox. I don't know if it's an apron, though. If it's an apron, like if it's a cloth apron, oh, man. That's a must-have. Especially with, like the cell phone and the tripod. Because you can fit stuff like that from a 7-inch line into a 6-inch line. You can't always fit the figures. But if you put them in the background, maybe it's a dead figure, some character that's just been killed off, And then Andrew Taylor, I don't know why I said it like that. Andrew, if you listen to Jim Rome, you'll know exactly why I said Andrew that way. Talk about Jungle Tourette's. All right. I know one person in here knows what Jungle Tourette's is that watched Jim Rome, but he used to say Andrew, and when your son's name is that, you realize you say it a lot. Peter Cushing, Van Helsing fig just announced from NECA. We talked about that last week. No, I even remember that. We talked about that last week. Daredevil Dave says, tripod. You mean the big gorilla from earlier? Lone Dragon, I'm not reading that, but it is actually pretty damn funny. Anyway, back to RoboCop, who is again from Detroit but filmed in Dallas. Kind of hey, perfect. I have a Dallas moderator. I'm from Detroit. Neither one of us live in Detroit or Dallas. We live in the suburbs of there. Anyway, I think I might finally have to get a RoboCop figure. I've kind of held off. Maybe it's time to find one and Dark Aeons. I don't know if I said that right. Lunch with the Monkey. Damn you, John from Seatown. Okay, once again, this goes out to the 3 people watching that know Jim Rome switching his time slot sucks because I forget that it's on at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, he doesn't have it on a fucking app. So I have to go to some weird station in a completely different state just so I can watch it. Someone let him know. But yes, lunch with the monkey. Tony's Fig saying RoboCop, $38 right now at BBTS. Who's going on at 3 p.m.? Well, in your area, Jim Rome would be on at 12. He'd be on at noon. So, Jim Rome, the best sports radio host of all time. I bet your boyfriend knows because he's a hockey fan. Anyway, here you go. Stan, I don't know if I have the box. I went through all of these. Like I said, I was in a rush. I do it at night while I'm watching other shows or doing other things. Sometimes it's really late. So if it was in it, I got it. Anyway, here he is with his spike. There he is with his big giant sniper. Why is this guy need a sniper? Well, I guess if he's shooting from far, far away, right? But he never misses. Sean Jones jumping in here saying, looks cool, but it's not Joe. I can't afford to get deep in another line. Well, that's the one thing that's really cool about most of the NECA stuff is that a lot of their stuff is 1 or 2, 3 or 4 figures, right? It's not a big, huge line. And if it is, like when it does start to go deep and becomes a big line, like let's say Gargoyles, they'll just fucking kill it for no goddamn reason. So it doesn't fucking matter. You never have to worry about it and you can just stop buying it shit. Sorry. I'm not happy about the Gargoyles that I've invested so much into and then it's just, hey, look, here's these 3 figures. Boom. then they just go away. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, War Chest showing up at an hour and 44 minutes late. But hey, you know what? That is to be expected. But yeah, and also RoboCop is, you know, he wouldn't fit in with the G.I. Joe size. But if you just like RoboCop, again, I think that's one of the cool things about NECA, is that a lot of the stuff isn't, you know, they're not lines. They have a few figures here, a few figures here. Like you'll find a Predator figure, but yeah, you're not going down the rabbit hole like Classified. And then we have Drock jumping in here saying, I am nostalgic for the 80s and 90s, so I actually have all the elves. Even though they're all the same buck, and I only have one. I didn't want to pay the extra money to get the SDCC one. I love the accessories. The one with the skateboard and all the accessories, I'm probably eventually going to buy. Because it's really awesome. That elf figure, when I got him a couple years ago, was it last year? He was one of my top figures. That figure is so much better than it deserves to be. Anyway, here is your RoboCop. Now, is this just a repaint of the other ones that they've had? If somebody can answer me that, I'd love to know. I know no one has it in hand yet. At least I don't believe they do. But I think it's just another repaint of what they already have. So, yeah, they have, dude. They have. It's all cool, and the figures are just awesome, man. They're just. That figure had no business being as good as it is, and I didn't even heard one person say a bad thing about it. Okay, and we're talking like Valishills and Hasbro's living in harmony. Like, they all loved it, man. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, Motu guys and Joe's, like, everyone loved that figure. And they're going to get the money out of that buck. So here's the box of it. Which is a perfect shot of him like stepping out of the car. And then he comes with a big blast effect. He comes with a big dildo. I mean, a big spike on his hand. He comes with his classic pistol and his giant sniper rifle. And that thing is large. Tony's fake saying, Gridiron Valiverse living together, mass hysteria. Yes, 3 stars said, who knew Elf would bring us all together? And 3 stars saying, my ex-girlfriend has that blast effect in a drawer. Yeah, it totally looks like, yeah, it's like perfectly, it is the movie poster. So, you know, you look at that, I mean, that is, you know, that's the back of the box and that's the front of the box. And they did a good job of creating the Ford Taurus. They can't use Ford Tauruses as the future police cars. So, but anyway, there is your NECA RoboCop if you need it. Toy Optic says, I also got the Alex Murphy figure because how can you not get a figure with swappable shoot the fuck up accessories? That was we talked about that when that came out. We're like, this is NECA saying, oh, we don't give a fuck. We're putting this shit in the box of our figures, and we don't care how bad it really is. Because you're right, that was NECA just saying we don't give a fuck. That's how you should have known that they would have no problem demanding that you ship back the sewer layer. All right. The Four Horsemen dropped a bunch of retailer exclusives. Whew. All right. So, as we know, when it comes to the figure obscuras, they drop the retailer exclusives. Sometimes they look better. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they both look absolutely awesome. And then sometimes you just see one that really pisses you off. And you're like, I hate you. And I'll talk about that in a second. So here we go with, I can't remember these ones' names. I don't know why. And I did not order these, considering there were two of them at once, and I really just did not have the money for it. And I figured I would wait it out. Now, I think both of these look really good. Both colors. Bastet. Thank you very much, Lone Dragon. And Liquid Identity, Anubis and Bastet. I will never remember that, and I don't know why. It's not that hard. So I do like these colors because they pop, but I also like just the more classic, subtle-looking colors that we get with the originals. But I did not buy those. I could still go to Sergeant Reds. They do have them, but I have to pay a little bit of extra. I will probably end up getting these ones when they either hit Hella Dope Toys or they hit Sergeant Reds. But yeah. So, but you can see, they repaint everything. But I do like these colors. They really do pop. But like I said, I also really do enjoy the Anubis. What did I say? What? Dude, did I not say Anubis? Did I say it wrong? I think Matthew and Toy Optics, they get together and they're like, we're going to correct people. All right? You two are so much alike. Do you guys both do karate together? Dude, if there was a movie about Speck and Matthew Matson, it would be fucking Step Brothers, where they hate each other and then they're best friends by the end. Tony, you know this. Just Jeff is saying, do they do karate in their basement? Matthew does, I know that. Look what Edna says. I can't imagine dedicating time to correcting Punk. I'd be exhausted. You're right. Seriously. But hey, that's what everyone's here for, right? I don't care. Anyway, back to Anubis, or whatever you want. Anubis. Are you happy now? Step Brothers. Someone get working on a Step Brothers. I need a Step Brothers movie poster with Matthew and David Speck's face on it. Tony, get to it. All right. You have Photoshop. Do that shit now. Anyway, like I said, the color's good. Soft goods on anything that the Four Horsemen do is absolutely wonderful. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it, man. I love what they do. Do I think everything is perfect? No. Do I think they have the best articulation? No. I'm not tempting you, Tony. I'm telling you to fucking do it. There is a big difference, all right? I'm telling you, Step Brothers, do it now. Here she is shaking that ass, wagging that tail. It's really, it kind of looked like it the moment I turned in. Oh, you can correct me. Like, I don't care. Like, listen, I ask people to let me know what I fucked up. All right. Hey, understand this. If I didn't have thick skin, even though some people don't believe I have thick skin, I wouldn't be here up on here for 3+ hours, completely obliterating the English language, saying things wrong, not having every single note down here. We're here just shooting the shit, man. All right. When I start making $100,000 a year for doing this, then I will make sure that everything is like top notch, that there's no mistakes. I'll have, I'll have some guy in the background, micromanaging me. I'd call him Travis, even if that's not what his name is. Moclectic is here. What's going on, family? That's just it. We're family here, right? And we fuck up and we make fun of each other. Viper Scott has joined us. Hey, I just got out of work. Big corporate visit tomorrow. Wish me luck. Well, you know what, Eduardo, good luck. Hopefully all is well with you. You don't have to worry because that shit sucks. I don't work for a corporation. I just had to deal with, hey, you still have insurance, but it's going to cost you a little bit more. But it's going to be better, but not so much. That was my meeting today. Yes, Moclectic, this is Mythic. It is the Figure Obscura Appreciation Wave. So there she is. And I forgot, they go up for pre-order on, I think, the 14th or the 15th. Oh, it's the 14th because they were talking about Happy Valentine's Day. All right, so here is the male counterpart. I kind of like this one. Again, I still like the classic colors. The accessories that they come with is just absolutely awesome. And, you have the wonderful, the wonderful faces and everything. So, but I do like this color scheme. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna get it. So head on over to Hella Dope Toys. Order your stuff. Use my code APWT. You get 10% off everything, whether it be in stock or pre-orders. And they ship in one business day. One business day. If it's in stock. If it's not in stock, they don't ship it that quickly. A new bus looks much better. Bassett's original colors better. Again, this is one where I think they both look really good. Okay, this is one where I think they both look really good, and they feel almost like two different figures. They feel like true repaints of like a different character, but the accessories just really sell everything on these two figures. So here he is. Again, I know very little. This really gives me the Fifth Element vibes. Matthew will love that because it's his wife's favorite movie and she worked on it. But again, good looking figure. And again, this is all part of the retailer appreciation wave. So if you ever miss out on the Four Horsemen figure obscuras, just know they're going to redo them. They're going to repaint them and they will be available at BBTS. BBTS is really not the only online, but you can get them Hella Dope Toys. And anyone that is a Four Horsemen retailer. So, yes, it does. I never really watched Stargate all that much. I do kind of want to go back and watch that. I don't know if I have time to watch the whole series. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. That is for sure too. Moclectic says, still waiting on my first Mythic. I'm loving AWOC though. Well, two different types of figures. AWOC, you can give your kid and they ain't going to come back broken. Mythic Legions, you're not giving to your kids because it's going to come back in pieces. No doubt. Yeah, that thing's coming back. No doubt about it. Yeah, more Stargate than Fifth Element. Yeah, you're probably right. More Stargate. I think you guys know what I'm saying. So, all right. Frankenstein's creature. Now, when the first one came out, I looked at that and I said, I don't see where they can make it look better. I don't see where I think that they can make something look better that I would want. And I feel like I'm correct for me. All right. Everyone said they're probably going to come out with the green version. I like the metallic, the silver trays, the silver too small bed or whatever that thing is called. What is AWOC? Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. You do know what AWOC is. Please tell me you're joking. Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Spec, if you don't have one, head on over to Helidope Toys. Use my code APWT. You get 10% off. I believe they still have some. I believe they actually have some that are actually knocked down. They're standard figures, some of the best figures. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Some of the best fucking figures you will ever fucking have. But seriously, I'll grab one. Let me see here. What'd you send me? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, Jeff? But yeah, and back onto this thing here. This thing, again, I think it looks good. It's Matthew and Toy doing karate in the garage. Yeah, but I want their heads on it. They're like the same size too. Actually, I think Matthew's taller than Spec. Oh, okay, all right, and that's why I was asking. That's why I was truly asking if you didn't know. No, that's why I was asking, because again, not everyone knows. I mean, again, I hear it because, I see Brick and Adam on the Clubhouse all the time. And I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they may find some way to work AWOC into every single conversation. Just say. Anyway, back to this thing. This figure, for the $80 that it cost after it shipped, I think it was like total. It came out to be like $80, maybe 85. Was so worth the money. The figure is amazing. All the accessories. I have it in my. With my Dr. Mindbender, and because all of his stuff, you add this to it, it all works. It really does. The figure is awesome. Again, you have bare feet, you have boots on it, you have chains, the books. Again, this figure is just really damn good, and I'm glad I ordered the first one because I think it looks better than this. This is my personal opinion. If you like the green one, you know what? You go with green. All right, but you can take the what the hell is a jacket? The trench coat off. Again, everyone that has this, I haven't heard one person complain about this. No, he's not. Yeah, Spec is not as short as us, but 5'8" is not the tallest. So I think it'd be awesome. I wouldn't even being 5'8" sounds amazing. I don't even care. Like it matters. So anyway, if you don't have Frankenstein's creature, this is a must-have. Because if I didn't have the other one, I would definitely get this one. I'm just telling you how good this figure is. All right. And then there is this figure. Now, so this is the Ghost of Christmas Past. Ghost of Christmas Past. Now, I have the original. She looks awesome. This looks like a completely different character. This is just a completely different character. That blue, which I do think looks good to a point, but it does match it matches the Jeff. I'll talk about that in a second. 3-star says, already releasing a retailer version of the Ghost of Christmas Past. At least they didn't mention it glowing this time. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that they did this one already too. But you won't have it for like a year or so. When they did... who was the guy that did like this? I can't think of his name. The Ghost of Christmas Future or Present, whichever one it was. They did the same color scheme. And I wanted him because he was supposed to glow in the dark. He didn't glow in the dark. But I still wanted it. I was pissed off the next day. Then they dropped the new one. Marley, thank you very much. Thank you. Both of you guys. And we'll collect it. And I was really disappointed. Because I liked the other one better. But hey, I missed it. That was on me. But then they dropped it the next day after telling us, hey, no glow in the dark, so you can cancel it. Now, I did see pictures of these two together, and they work out great. They both had the screaming head. As for Jeff here, where did you put the? Jeff put the. I don't know, somewhere. Yeah, I love lamp. Yeah, Jeff said I like the lamppost. I made comment in my review about it. I pretty much bought this thing just for the lamppost, and the lamppost is absolutely awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking awesome. But this figure is really good. Now with this one here, if you did get it, I would probably leave the extra arms on it. I'd put that yelling face on it, and I probably put him with the yelling Marley, but then that would kind of screw up having Marley as is, because this looks more like a horror creature than anything. It doesn't look like the Ghost of Christmas Past. So Matthew says, don't spoil the screaming head. Oh wait, yeah, I already said something like that in Joe Gun Solves is like, you already did that. But again, if you don't have this, to me, this is a completely different character. It does not look good as the original one. I like these colors. I just don't know if I like them all on here. And she might look even a little bit more ghostly here, but more ghostly scary. So there you go. If you missed out on it, what the hell? Oh shit, you guys are awful. Sorry guys. Yeah, I am wondering like why like their faces are pretty. Most of you guys don't know who David. Matthew's face. Hold on, I gotta see if I can get this up quickly because they did the Step Brothers thing already. I don't know if I can get it up though. Shit. You know what? We're gonna take a quick break because we are done with this. Anyway, here she is. She's kind of floating here. And we're going to get into a few other things. But before we do, we're going to take a quick little break so I can take a breather because that's just way too much. And you know what? There's a guy that has a show tomorrow. named Matthew Matson and Pop Blender. Here you go.
Idiots! Incompetent buffoons! What is it now, Commander? Consummate morons, incapable of coherent thought! Are you watching that show again? Yes. Why didn't you just watch Pop Blender and Matthew's discussions, news, reviews before the show came out? Whether you agree or disagree, the perspectives provide enough context to know if the show or movie is worth your time or not. Yes, I know. I will not miss another Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on Pop Blender's channel. Be more than once a man by watching Pop Blender and Matthew talk about pop culture news, discussions, and reviews on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And now you know. Televiper, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so we do not miss another episode, and hit that bell notification.
All right, guys. I'm trying to get this picture loaded of Step Brothers. I don't know if all you guys know who. I know you all know who Spec or who Matthew is. I don't know if you guys all know who Spec is. You see him over on A Toy Kind of Mood. He's actually on A Toy Kind of Mood more than the guy that is actually his channel. So I'm saying if it loads before the end of the show, I will definitely show. But anyway, be sure to head over tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch. It's not called The Big Show anymore. What's it called? The Daily Blender? The Daily Pop Blender? What the fuck is the name of your guys' show? Let me see here. This is what you got. You know what? People stick around and watch, Legends series when he's kind of quiet and he's kind of moving. I feel like I always got to be moving. So maybe I just need to take my sweet old time at times here. Ooh, oh, cool. I already came over. Let's see here. Gonna see if we can present this. So if you weren't watching, I said, hey, give me a screenshot or do some sort of Photoshop of Step Brothers with Spec and Matthew. Now, you guys just gotta understand, they've had their issues in the past. I think they're beyond that. So here it is. This is Spec and Matthew Matson. And somewhere in the messaging, it says this isn't exact science. The funniest thing about Spec, which is this one right here, it actually looks more like you, Adam, and not Spec. Please tell me you see it, Tony. Like it looks more like Adam than Spec, and and. Spec's like, why is my face stretched or something? And he showed the picture that he took it from. Like, you could have found a better picture. But hey, you ask and you shall receive. It just may be really quick. But thank you, Adam, for doing that really quickly. As it has now made us all laugh. All right. Okay. On to what the hell were we talking about before? Oh yeah, we had a show going. Same time, Toy says he stretched better than the new Mr. Fantastic. He's not stretched. He grabbed the face that like Spec's face is on an angle. See, this is arrogant. If I can dish out jokes and I can dish it out than fucking others, then I can dish it out. I gotta be able to take it, man. That's That's what being in this community is really all about, man. But when people aren't friends with you and they try and do things that are, they do shit like that, then they're just trying to be dicks. They're being complete assholes. I'm just gonna say it. You put your head on someone else's fucking, and you're not fucking friends with them, you're just an asshole. And that's fine. Be an asshole. I don't care. Anyway, I have a feeling there may be a few more of those that end up coming through with better pictures from people. But either way, Adam, thank you very much. It definitely made it work. All right, so Fans Hobby, who is known for the not Skyhawk, which I do think looks really nice. They have their own buggy coming out, and I'm gonna say I like the way this one looks more than the Gridiron one. I think the Gridiron one looks very it looks more aggressive. It has a lot more to it, but I really like just this toned down, actually what you would probably see special forces or the military using. It's not all armored up. So I like it. And I think having 4 small wheels rather than 2 big wheels in the back and one, two big wheels in the back and the 2 small wheels in the front, like what they showed the Hasbro one, this looks better because this is really how the buggies look. I mean, this is really, and again, they use stuff like this. So, Ed says, I've been known to be an asshole on occasion. Yes, you have. And we have 44D2 showing up here. That thing looks great. You're talking about this, not the Step Brothers picture, right? If you missed a Step Brothers picture, go back and watch it. Kiwi GI Customs and Collection. Man, that's a mouthful there. Campbell. Yo, Joe. All right. So yeah, I do like this. I like this. I like that it's just sleek. It's clean. I don't need 2 or 3 different buggies that are supposed to be representing All Striker. I'm just gonna wait for the GI Joe one. And I said the same thing about the not Sky Striker. I have a 3D printed one. It's not nearly as good, but it serves its purpose. Considering I think we know it's going to be. I think we know that it's going to be. It's going to be around $100 for the figure. Tony, I don't believe that they have announced how much it is, but the not Sky Striker is, I think, $90, but the shipping is $50. So you're looking at like $150. But if you pre-ordered this, the not Skyhawk, did I say Sky Striker? I know someone's going to yell at me. Not Skyhawk. I believe it was $120 shipped. I believe it was $120 shipped, which isn't the worst. If it was $90, that Skyhawk or whatever they want to call it, if it was $90 with reasonable shipping, like maybe $20, I probably would have ordered one. But you add $50 onto it, and you're looking at, I think if I was going to order it, it was going to be $145 now. Now, if you pre-ordered it, you got it, right away. Same time. Yeah, it's a Sky something. It's Sky something. All right, we're not getting a Sky Striker in 1/12 scale, and I don't want one. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want one. And that Rattler's gonna be so big, and the Sky Striker, the F-14 is way bigger, and that's already scaled down. But yeah, and I think they do a really good job with this. Now, I don't see any electronics on this, where the not Skyhawk or Sky Striker, for that matter. I guess it's not either. It has electronics. Now, I don't see electronics on this, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is maybe a little bit cheaper. I mean, you would think so, right? No electronics, and again, this does not have a massive amount of details. I mean, it has good details, but again, I think if you're looking at a dune buggy like this, you're not having, you're not looking at like a Dodge Ram or, a Ford truck where, you have all these different, details in it. So, but you have the engine in the back. I like the 4 small wheels. There is something strange about the Hasbro one that they're showing with the larger wheels in the back. And I think like if you looked at the gridiron one, and if it had, let's say, 2 smaller wheels in the front, it might not look as good, depending on how small the wheels are, where I think having all the same size wheels does make it look better. So here we can see there is this top piece, the same way that you're going to have with the All Striker from Hasbro. Now this one looks a little bit different. This is more like it's just a little canopy on there. It has I still don't understand the gun. It looks like it's just like a rocket launcher. I don't know why it doesn't have like a 50 cal or some sort of machine gun on top, because you think that's what you'd want to be using, correct? So SCS Dog says there's a light switch looking button on the rear lid. Check the close up. Oh, we'll get to the close up. So yeah. If I miss it, please point it out. Boba Fett says the lights work on it. On this or on the not Skyhawk? But I don't know what's going to light up. Because, you can tell on the dashboard there's nothing to light up. It's got a stick shift. You can see the cluster gauges, which I think look pretty good there. Again, it'd be not very detailed. But you can kind of see where it has like the roll bars. So if it does roll over, it does look like there is a spot for a gun right up here in the front. Krusty O'Crow says, Dune buggies suck for fighting against 5 infantry, but flanking tanks at a distance would be about right. And if you want a more realistic take on these, please check out Krusty O'Crow's channel, where he will break it down to the reason why he does not like the ram cycle, because it doesn't give you it doesn't actually show you where the Gatling gun would have bullets going in. At the same time, he ignores that a Gatling gun on a motorcycle would be really stupid. Head on over to Krusty O'Crow's channel right after this. Just messing with you, Ryan. Talib 1980 collects says, looks like the seats are adjustable. It does. It does look like they're adjustable. It also looks like, is that the, almost like, is that the rear brake? Okay, so here's the back. You know what? Maybe the tail lights. Yeah, maybe they do light up. And they kind of look like they would. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. Maybe even if they didn't, I really wouldn't have too much of an issue. Oh man, I hate moving everything around here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Kiwi GI Customs and Collect with a $3.99 super sticker, which is a little guy yelling and screaming. It's so weird because I can't see it on StreamYard. I have to look over here to see it. Again, I don't understand why StreamYard can't show us exactly what it is. Just another Anderson. I love this. I'm trying to read your name. Just Unther Anderson. Or is it, I've always been saying just another Anderson. Or is it just Unther Anderson? So anyway, Crestio Crow saying shit, it's even got linkage. That's real detailed well. And that's really detailed well. I don't know what that means. But you see the exhaust here. I do want to find out where that switch is. Is this the switch you're talking about? The motor right here? Or right in the corner? Looks like the motor can move back and forth. I'm trying to find the switch that I think there's a little gray switch right here. Jeff, I'm with you, man. Yeah, it looks like fun, and I like the Not Skyhawk. Just another Anderson's. Hey, see, I got it right. I was saying it right, and I thought I was saying it wrong. On the right by the wheel. This is riveting. Is it on this picture right here? Because the only thing that I see that would be a switch would be this little gray piece, which looks like a little button you would push. Oh, well, we'll find out soon enough. It probably is. Below the roll bar. Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything. Unless you're talking about this little black piece right here by the wheel. Is that what you're talking about? I guess that might make sense if that's what you're talking about. Anyway, we'll find out sure enough, right? Soon enough. Look what Eddie says. With all officially on the horizon, really not much need. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I like the fact that it's like when you look at the Not Skyhawk, it is the exact same thing as a fucking Skyhawk. At least with that one, and even with the Gridiron one that they're doing, they look different enough that you're going to be like, okay, not a big deal. Where, like I could use this and hey, this is more realistic, and this may work out better for, let's say, if you're a Valiverse collector, right? This might work really good for Operation Monster Force and that type of stuff. I think it might work really well for Valiverse. To me, it's better than than what they gave you for that for that world that they've created. I think that this probably works better. And then Kishi Aruko Hito. Is that Breaker? No, that is just a generic figure. That's just a generic figure right there. Because this isn't G.I. Joe stuff. But here's the size of it. And I love the fact that they have the actual wings on this thing. Because they don't want to get a cease and desist. There is no way you can get a cease and desist on this Dune Buggy. Because, I mean, it's a Dune Buggy. It actually looks absolutely nothing like an All-Striker. So that is something that, I'm glad for. I don't blame them. I don't blame Hasbro for sending a cease and desist on this Sky Striker. Three-Star says, oh my God, the driver is moody. Never drive with a guy that's moody. I'm just saying. 44D2 says, with the rumors of Hasbro not doing Joe and HasLab this year, two competing products may change their mind. If when it comes to a HasLab project, that thing is, that thing is well in development for a year and a half or so. With the rumors of Hasbro not doing a Joe HasLab this year, two competing products may change their mind. Oh, I don't think it would change their mind because if they're not doing a HasLab this year, like it's already been decided on. You know what I mean? It's already been decided on. So it'd be nice if they would just let people know. But I'm okay. I'm 100% honest. If they didn't do a HasLab this year, I'd be okay because it's a lot of money. All right. So here it is again. All right. So I'm trying to find the switch that you guys are talking about. Because I don't see any damn switch. And what looks like a switch. Because this is the right side right here. Left of the three shock mounts. I really wish I could point to this thing. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if it lights up because the other one does. Either way, I think this thing does look really good. It is very interesting. Let's see. Okay. So Ed just sent it to me. That's what I was wondering. The little gray button. That's the only thing that I could see because it's hidden pretty well. I wish you could see the mouse. Unfortunately, you can't. I can, and I keep pointing to it. It's like pointing at your screen when you're like, it's right there. So Ed, I see what you're saying. That's what I was thinking. That's the only thing that I could think. It's just a little square button, and that's what I kept wondering. But anyway, all in all, it's pretty cool, and I wouldn't mind having another buggy. Other than I have so many. I mean, we have so many G.I. Joe stuff that's coming out, and I think there's going to be more and more. Okay, well, look, here's the perfect picture of the button. So now we can see the button. From this angle, it is a perfect button there. So there is going to be lights on it. So it's probably going to be the exact same price, like $90, I think it is. So if you want it, and now you know, Fans Hobby is a legit site. They've been doing Transformer stuff. They obviously did the G.I. Joe stuff. I don't think anyone's really had a problem with it, but do understand you're going to pay $90, and then pretty high shipping. And if you wait for Hasbro's, you're probably going to pay $100 with the figure. It's all up to you, right? It's your money. If you have the money for it and you want it, I say you go get it. And Kishi got his, he's happy to get his Xandar today. And also I want to say, I know that I've never seen this name before. So thank you for joining in. Great to have someone new here. Maybe you've been watching for a while. Maybe you've just been lurking. Either way, it's great to have you here. I always like to highlight new people that are jumping in because, we have a really good crowd here. All right. Not a lot of G.I. Joe news. Matter of fact, I didn't even realize this was G.I. Joe news. I was looking for that Fans Hobby shit. So this is from Jay Con. Jay Quillen. From Jay Quillen. That this is Crystal Ball's shield, his hypnotizing shield or whatever. I saw this on the Full Force and I wasn't paying attention to it. But yeah, this is I guess we're going to be looking at what is going to be the hypnotizing shield for Crystal Ball. Now again, they made Raptor awesome. They've made some really shitty figures awesome. I don't know how they can make Crystal Ball awesome. We've seen what the pictures look like, but this is really the only G.I. Joe news we had. So, and you can see this kind of going to plug right into it. Either way, it's something that I will pick up, and I know some people go, hey, why do you even bother this? If you don't like it, why do you buy? Hey, I didn't say I didn't like it. I didn't like the originals, and it's something I don't need. So anyway, That's Crystal Ball. I want to quickly, where was it? I just saw something that I wanted to read here. Tobo says, if you don't mind, site-based out of Asia shows is a good source to buy fans' hobby products. Their shipping is a bit friendlier. If you don't mind, site-based out of Asia shows is a good... Okay. I've never heard of that. Someone will fill me in. Matthew probably knows about it. But thank you very much. Can we get stuff from overseas yet? I don't know how that works yet. Matthew saying a crystal ball is totally awesome. Matthew or Ed with the Hail Hydra. That's what I thought it was. I didn't really know why it was up there. I thought maybe it has something to do with Action Force, because I know Chris McLeod has been doing some stuff with the Action Force, not the new iteration of Action Force, but the original iteration of Action Force with like Patty Lennon and stuff like that. So I thought maybe that's what it was. Now, I have not watched any of the videos that are talking about how these are the possible leaks of the HasLabs, or we're not getting one. I haven't watched anything about that. I did reach out to someone, and what they do is they do a photo, or not a photo. What the hell they call it? The not photo groups, but what the hell is it called? Focus groups. They do focus groups to see what somebody would like. Now, from what I was told, when it comes to like the Dragonfly, and the reason why some people say they designed the Dragonfly and they didn't, was that, from my understanding, is they reach out to multiple designers, some 3D print designers, and they said, hey, design us. We're going to use the Dragonfly. Design us the Dragonfly. How you envision it. And let's say get it from like 5 different people. And then they all send it in. They give them their paycheck. They also let them know, hey, you're going to get I think they got 2 Dragonflies, right? I think all the people that did it, they get 2 Dragonflies, and they got, I think, $5,000 in cash. And it's not like they won anything. They were commissioned to do this. And then the HasLab team takes all these aspects of what everyone looked at, and then they create their own. They have their own, HasLab team. So, knowing what the next HasLab is going to be, like, someone's going to open their mouth. It's like this in any industry, right? There's a reason why, again, living in Michigan, in Detroit area, I see all these cars that have fucking wraps around them, so nobody can actually take pictures and get what the new design is, exactly what the car is going to look like. So I think that's where a lot of these leaks do come from. Now, seeing, and again, I saw it on Toy Habits, and Chad, I guess Chad discussed it. I really don't know. And I know he did a video on it, but I don't know what he said in it. And I know they put in the Havoc, the Mauler, the Snowcat, and the Humvee one. I don't think anyone really wants a I wouldn't mind a Humvee, but I don't want that as a HasLab. The Mauler, that is, I think it's going to be hard to do a HasLab. I mean, it would fund. There's no doubt about it. It's going to fund, but it's hard to justify when Ramen Toys is doing one. Now, it depends on how close it is to the original. What it does come with, obviously, it would have some sort of electronics on it. The hammer. Okay, thank you guys. I have 2 shells of the hammer. So if anyone has a whole bunch of hammer parts they want to send it to me, because I got 2 shells of them. I have no idea how I got them. But I did ask this person about the HasLab. He said one of the reasons why hold on, I'm reading what he texted me. And again, this is somebody that I trust, and he's not giving me all the answers. He's not like, yeah, this is exactly what it is. But he said that one of the reasons why a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff is supposedly getting pushed back is that they switched factories, which will obviously push things back. It doesn't change the fact that all this stuff is moved up. But he did say the last few HasLabs haven't done as well as they had before. He said, I am betting we would see a playset pre-order, a mass device due to tariffs and strategy changing at Hasbro. So I found that very interesting when he said it. He's not like confirming. He's not saying, hey, this is what's coming out. But this is the guy that when he tells me something, he kind of like leaks things, and he seems to be really on the ball. I mean, he knew about the Dragonfly a long time before it, before it ever came out. And thinking about, again, they're dropping all this mass device stuff. And I kind of mentioned, hey, you know what? I could see maybe this is the next HasLab. I wasn't thinking about how big it is or anything. And one of the things that kind of popped up when he said a pre-order is we've seen a lot of these Star Wars pre-orders. We've seen the Marvel pre-orders. It actually would be a pretty good idea. You do a pre-order of the mass device. It's made to order. So it's up there for a limited amount of time. And then obviously once it's done, boom, you get charged and then it ships, right? So it's the tooling's already being done. So I found that interesting because I hadn't heard that, and I'm not running with a source. I'm not doing a video. I'm not trying to start rumors. It's just something that he had mentioned to me. And I found that very interesting because we've seen a bunch of Star Wars pre-orders like that. We've seen a bunch of pre-orders or Star Wars pre-orders like that. And I know we've seen more than a few Marvel Legends. And I think we may have even seen a couple Transformer ones. And again, I don't remember the mass device all that well and how big it was. And that was just something that I kind of threw out there. And then all of a sudden, like, people were like, not because of what I said. Other people were like, no, we've been hearing people talk about it, saying that that's the next HasLab. Because I was like, I never heard it. It was literally something that just popped into my head. Jeremy Kimmel said, rather outperform Dragonfly at 50. I think he was talking about HasLabs in general. He didn't say G.I. Joe HasLabs because G.I. Joe, you are absolutely correct. They did. He was talking about HasLabs in general, and Hasbro looks at it that way. And that is how Hasbro looks at their stuff, is that the fear that, yeah, maybe one is doing well, but what happens if, the other start failing? So it's weird. And again, Jeremy, I'm not doing a breaking news video or anything like that. Just something that I found very interesting. But the whole idea of a made to order, actually, it makes sense because they've done it already with other properties. And yeah, both those properties have been, well, two of those properties I know have been, they're Disney properties. But I thought they did it with Transformers also. And I could be wrong. If I am, then, please let me know. So, but anyway, either way, it is interesting. We'll see if there's another HasLab coming. I know they talked about not having more than, one HasLab, on order. They didn't want to do the overlapping. And with the HasLabs being 18 months out, people stop freaking out when you don't get it in a year. These things are set for 18 months out to be made. So there is eventually going to be a huge overlap. So they may have to skip a year, and I'd actually be perfectly fine with them skipping a year because it definitely, it fucking eats into your goddamn fucking funds, right? And especially if you have to wait on it. There's no doubt about it. So that's all that I had to say on that. But we've heard the rumors of the Snowcat for quite some time. you heard the rumors of the Thunder Machine. There was a guy that was in a toy kind of mood, arguing with Spec over and over and over and over, saying, no, it was confirmed. It was never fucking confirmed. And then when Spec said, post a link to it then, and the guy's like, whatever, whatever, dude. Like, it was not, none of that stuff has ever been confirmed. They just said they could do it. So either way, that's all I really have to say on that. Not much Joe news. Although there is a live stream set for some time. There's a live stream that's set for some time at the end of the month. They haven't given a date yet. I don't know why. Plastic Battle saying made up totally. Were you talking about the Thunder Machine that I just mentioned, or are you responding to somebody? There's a lot of things that are made up in this community. There's a lot of things that are made up. We've seen numerous channels, run with videos. And again, I'll say it again. G.I. Joe, of the classified line right now, it is the hottest adult toy collecting line. With toys, like action figure toys. It's not the hottest adult collectibles. There's hotter adult toys out there, all right? I can promise you that. There's a $1 billion industry out there. When you have a line that is this popular, that is going very nostalgic based, just like when I go back to Scott Knightlick talking about it's going to end. Well, you fucking say it long enough and you go on long, it's eventually going to end. Well, you take the hottest brand and you throw out rumors that, hey, this is coming out and this is coming out and that is coming out and this figure is coming out. Dude, eventually you're going to fucking be right. I mean, I don't think that I'm breaking any fucking news here saying, if I fucking open up that G.I. Joe book and I start going through some of the most popular vehicles and the most popular figures saying, hey, I've heard that this is coming out. I've been told this is coming out. I've been told this is coming out. Guess what? I'm eventually going to be right. And when you go out and you say you're right, hey, I told you about this. Guess what? They forget all the things you said that was going to come and didn't. Trouble Bubble and Dr. Mindbender. I'm just going to throw that out there. But, again, eventually you take a hot brand that you already know what they're doing. They're going off nostalgia. You start saying, hey, they're going to make this. I heard they're going to make this. They're going to make that. They're making this figure. They're making that figure. Eventually you're going to be right on some of the stuff. It's just common knowledge. It makes complete sense. So I don't want to do that. I'm not making videos and running with stuff like this. This is just something that someone was told to me, someone that I do trust, but he didn't confirm it. He didn't say, hey, this is coming. He said it makes sense. And when you look at how the G.I. Joe line, how Classified has look at how the G.I. Joe team has done stuff and how they're dropping all the stuff in the mass device. And you look at other properties that have done made to order, not HasLab. So, and Hasbro has pulled away, not doing the HasLabs all the time. It actually makes sense if they said, hey, you know what? We don't think this is HasLab worthy, but we can definitely do this. So, just another Anderson says, hey, Punk, what's in the little package that comes with the Mezco roadblock? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What's the little package? Do you mean his backpack? There's a he comes with a backpack that's where You can keep the tripod. You can keep the tripod, and then the ammo chute comes out that goes into the machine gun. That's the only thing that I can think of. The gold packet. I'd have to look. Other people have it. Do you know what he's talking about? And I once I had a Toy Connections. Hey, if you guys know what he's talking about, and again, I can't think right now. Homeland, I was going to just AI the script of every video I do from this point out. AI plus ChatGPT equals Ken can be lazy. Ken, you could never do that. Because you're too anal about things. Just Jeff is saying, I told everyone 10 years ago and one day ago that we'd get a dragonfly. I mean, you might have. Again, it's all crazy. I'm just trying to. Yeah, at the top of the optics, what is it when I open it? I have no idea. The grub pack? I don't remember. I'd have to look at the stuff. Shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll take a look at it. No, I know you're joking. I know you're joking. How can you not know what a dragonfly was? Oh, that's right. Your dad was in the Navy, but the only figure you could have was a shipwreck. Anyway, look, we have like 10 minutes to talk about the topic. Okay. Okay, you guys got it? Matthew, tell me what it was that he's looking for. I can't read everything. All right, so I don't have much time. Because I have much time, I really want to talk. Okay, so AI has now taken over. This AI generated stuff. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I have friends that really like AI stuff. Mr. Wonderful. Travis. Not Travis fucking Moody, but just Travis. Mr. Wonderful, Travis. He loves his AI stuff. He loves his AI pictures. He loves his AI music. Wraith Mace. He loves his AI stuff. AI music. I can speak for myself, and I think I've spoken for I hate techno fucking music for one thing. So you can imagine I probably don't care for AI music. Some of it is entertaining. Some of it can be good. Some of it has its purposes. I do think that there is a huge art that gets lost, especially with pictures, right? This here was drawn by my buddy's customs, right? He drew this, right? It was not AI generated. It is his actual artwork. What he took time, and to me, you're not taking away from something. The AI music, again, I don't like techno. All right, I don't really care for too much fucking rap where they don't really play instruments. Like, God forbid you play an instrument. That I think that it's it takes away from it. But I understand to do like quick cuts, quick intros, it's good. My fucking problem with this AI generated shit, and that's what I'm going to call it. Some of it looks decent. Most of it looks awful. And that is, we are now taking a picture, a photo of an action figure, and we're trying to make it move. And most of it looks awful. All right? To the point where Paulie's getting fucking ripped in half. Guns are becoming fucking Cheeto bags. It makes no sense. Like, you see the blast and it's like coming from the middle of the gun. Swords are people's arms. Can we fucking stop with it? Yeah, there was a Glenda one that looked decent. All right, it's still creepy as shit. And again, if you're posting it, if you like it, then you like it. You do what you want. All right, it's my own fucking fault for watching the shit. It's my own fault for watching this shit. All right, but I'm gonna let you guys out a little secret. We have a mod chat, and I think it's safe to say that the three of us think most of it looks awful. And now it's kind of at the point that the moment one of us sees it, we feel we all need to see it, because if I saw it, you have to see this shit. Plastic Battle says, looks like poop. You can say shit. Always same slow motion, unnatural movements. Yes. Everything shaking like jello. Just walking or moving around with zero story or substance. Just useless, ugly fluff. Plastic Battles, you just said it way nicer than I ever could have. Obviously. Way more elegant than I could have. But you're absolutely 100% on the mark. And again, if you do want, if you're posting them and you're like, oh my God, look how bad this one is, like, I'd probably laugh about it. Like, if you were just posting and you're like, oh my God, look at this one. There was one, Matthew, fill me in. It looks like he reaches down and something becomes what Matthew thought it looked like a bag of Cheetos. I thought it looked like a fucking turkey drumstick. I don't get it. It's so fucking bad. And to me, you know what? Stop. Take your time and create stop motion. All right? Because even bad stop motion, most of the time you sit back and you go, wow, like, even if it didn't look the greatest, you could tell they were trying. They were trying to make it work. They were working hard. Rather than I took a picture and then I'm telling AI to do something. Sometimes you see like the figures crossing through each other and it looks just creepy. I haven't really seen too many where the facial features are moving. We know that's going to be coming. But why is it that we've lost an art form? And again, if you can't draw, if you can't draw, then I can't expect somebody to do this. I can't draw, or else I wouldn't have to ask somebody else to do something like this for me, right? And if you need to do a picture quickly, or like if you do a quick music, the music thing, again, I'm not a musician. I can never do fucking music. Right? This is out of my realm. Something I can never do. I'm not going to try to. And Matthew will tell you, and I'm only saying this, I don't want to speak for Matthew, but I've seen Matthew say, it's fucking stealing. Like you're stealing someone else's fucking shit, right? Matthew, I've been unfollowing AI action figure animations. Yeah, but you can't get away from it because we're fucking posting it for you, Matthew. And Ed is like, I have no idea what you're talking about. We're like, this. Yeah, again, if you were posting it and you're like, dude, this is just so bad, I might laugh at it. But now Kishi says stop motion is like doing anime. Each shot has a movement. I feel bad when Seth Green from Remote Check-In did stop motion for 20 minute an episode. You're absolutely right. It is. I did the one little hella dope thing. I think I took 12 or 15 pictures, something like that. It was not good. It was fun. It was just a fun little thing to do where they're holding the box, right? You're right. To do the 12 to 15 pictures that I did, it was exhausting. I can't imagine doing hundreds of different photos. But, dude, that's like, to me, that's the type of stuff that you want to see. That's the type of stuff that you should post and that you want to be proud of, that you spent the time. Because I would rather watch a 20-second stop motion that somebody spent a month doing than 50 fucking, I took a picture not even a good picture. It created some background, and this is what it's doing. And I don't even know half the time what it's doing. I've seen so many of these that poor Paulie has been torn in so many different directions that I feel bad for Paulie. Like, I feel absolutely awful for Paulie. The bird. Shipwreck's bird. If you're wondering who the fuck Paulie is, Shipwreck's bird. Plastic battles. It's also crazy lazy. People want to cut as fast to an end product to make quick content and skip out on the entire creation process, which is the whole point of creating something. I almost feel like I'm being attacked for my reviews. I almost feel like you're attacking me for my reviews, but I don't think you are, or else you wouldn't be here. I think for some things it makes sense. I do my reviews and it's a one stop, and I want to show people what it's like firsthand. You're absolutely correct, though, when it comes to something like this. And again, I've said before, when it comes to all of my like photos, man, if it looks good, it's thanks to the iPhone and some weird lighting that I have. I don't fully understand lighting, and I don't know if I ever will, but I love the process of doing it. I love that process, and it's taking me time to figure out, like, okay, I spent this time posing the figure, right? I want to show the whole thing, but you realize, like, yeah, you got this awesome pose, but that's not what makes a cool photo. It is zooming in on a specific aspect of it and having another character maybe blurred out. That's what what I'm trying to learn. And so writers aren't creative. I don't know who you're addressing here. It's hard to read through all this stuff, so I do apologize because I start going on these rants. They're typing words that generate imagery in someone's head. So you're saying that's how the AI works, is that they type everything in? I guess I am saying that. Again, I'm missing a lot of the conversation. I can't read the whole conversation when you're up here alone. Plastic Bear said, I had nothing about your reviews. I know. Like I said, sometimes you could address, like, you could say, like, that could fully be about something that I do. And again, if somebody likes it, again, enjoy it. It's not myself for actually watching it, right? I talk about how I don't really watch, YouTube creators that I don't care for, right? I don't watch creators that I don't like, because why would I? I mean, sometimes someone will say, hey, they're going to be talking about this and something I'm interested in, and I'll tune in, whether I like them or not. I don't go and post bad things, just like I don't, post negative stuff on these people. And it's on me for watching the stuff. But it seems like our Instagram now is just filled with it because it is so easy to do. It's the cheap pop, right? I always talk about the cheap pop. It's a cheap pop. And I think at first the AI was like, wow, this is actually kind of cool to watch. And then you started seeing more and more of this AI generated stuff, and it really starts to become like there's nothing creative about it. Now, I mean to assist a picture, sure, is the whole damn thing, no. I know Jeff is frantically typing, and I think he's having a MCR says, Punk, you should do a poll about how many of us believe AI eventually will fuck humanity. Want me to say it again? We saw the fucking Terminator. Am I the only one that saw the goddamn fucking Terminator? We know how it ends. Seriously. Hey, let's find a car that drives us. No, let's not. I say it half tongue in cheek, but like I do believe, like, yeah, we are fucked. We are absolutely fucked. Gun Bunny Custom says, as an artist, I realize AI is devoid of any soul, but it's like looking at fake titties. Yeah, they're soulless and a little wonky, but still enjoyable to look at. And again, some of it is. But we've all seen someone with a bad boob job, right? And that is not enjoyable to look at. Allison Troy says the generated images are stolen from art someone actually made. It's not from someone's head. It's from someone else's work, and it's stealing that other work. And that's what Matthew says all the time. Now, I don't know how that all works with the stealing someone's art because it's AI generated, so who technically is creating it? But yeah. I feel like I need to have a conversation with Jeff because he has a lot to say and he said so much and I feel like I'm missing it. I want to know what I'm totally missing what Jeff has to say. And Jeff is a very creative guy when you talk to him, like very creative on everything. Ultimate, either the AI is fed images and words and music to let it calculate and create from that, or it's literally learning on its own from things fed into it that aren't stolen, but original. And again, going back to AI music, Jim Rome, go back to Jim Rome here, when he went over to X, they can't play certain music. So they have to use they use an AI generated song, which is a version of the real song that you're hearing on the radio. And sometimes he'll play it because he's like, this is so bad. And it became like a thing for him. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's just, yeah, but it's one of those crazy things. But yeah, in Plastic Battles, he's saying a lot too here. It's a heated topic, surely not going away, but it's like top 40 music. It's garbage. So I don't listen to it. AI generated images, videos are just the same to me. Very true, but I think again, if you're following G.I. Joe and you're seeing it, there's so many people doing it. And again, if it was one or two, you probably wouldn't think too much of it. And it was a novel concept at first. It was this novel idea when we first started seeing it. But then it just happened more and more and more. And I'm like, the people I used to see that did stop motion, the people that are actually taking the time to do photography, whether it's good or not, like you're still spending the time posing the figures, getting the backgrounds ready. That's art. And like I say, art is what do they say? I'm never going to make it to the end. Art is subjective, right? And they're absolutely right. It is. I just don't think AI is art. I mean, it's artificial intelligence. I mean, it's literally, and yeah, I guess you could type in, but it's like they say, like, how many times do I hear like, hey, you know what? You could just type in, there's certain programs that you can use for your YouTube channel, and you could type in what this is, and it will give you a complete description. I don't really want that. I mean, we have pulled so far away from being active with real people, and it's getting worse and worse. But again, I will take someone's bad photo over an AI photo. And again, I'm not saying there's never a reason to use it. I like Mr. Wonderful, he created this AI of the Toy Elite. It was me, Ted, Frankie, Ed, himself, Aaron, and Ted. I said Ted already. And Roman. Only about Roman. But you know what he kept doing? He kept saying Rottweiler. You know what? Because he wasn't drawing it. So he kept coming out black and looking a little bit different. Where if someone was drawing it, whether they know what type of dog Roman is or not, he's going to look closer to what it looks like, right? So it's just one of those things. And again, it's my own doing for watching the stuff, sending it over to Matthew and Ed. Some of it is so bad. And again, if your post was, oh my God, look at this one. If you're doing it because it's just so bad and it makes you laugh, but man, I don't get it. And there's so many people doing it. So I don't want any one person to think that I'm singling you out. I can't. If you do it, then, I can't take back what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of it. Just like I've never been a fan of like techno music. And I know people go, oh, well, you have to move this. Okay, that's cool, I guess. And I have friends that are into that. All right. I don't see it as playing an instrument. Just my personal opinion. Same time, Toy says, I know what we're talking about Friday. Thanos says, now if I was to fully animate something and sell it, then I can see the argument of not hiring animators. I think that was in reference to something. J.I. Jetman said, is Jim Rome the guy they called Rams quarterback Jim Everett, Chris Everett? Yes. Yes, he is. And got thrown over the table. Or no, wait, he threw the table and then grabbed Jim Rome and pushed him down. Yes, that is the same Jim Rome. Yeah, I know. Again, I go off, and this is one of those things when you're doing a show alone, and I don't have any moderators in the background. I know with some of these other shows, they have someone in the back, so they moderate everything. I don't. So I do lose track of a lot of the stuff that's going on. But again, I think there's a good, interesting conversation going on here. I love Plastic Battles jumping in here too. I love that he jumped in here. I don't see him very often, so it's great to have you in here. That's for sure. And again, it's just my opinion. And again, that's why I have my own show. It's Monday Night Toy Ramblings, and I got to ramble on about something. And I know people say, dude, you don't have to talk about the fucking topic, Ed. Poplander says, Larry, you must finish every comment. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, right. No, and you know what? Hey, there's a lot of. Hey, I listen to radio. I listen to radio stations. I don't call in. So again, it's great, and I'm glad that you're here lurking and listening. And I'm hoping that if you're listening, you're not hate listening or hate watching. I'll never understand why people hate watch anything. I feel like I have other things to do with my time, and I hope you would too. And I hope I find some. I mean, hell, there's 73 people here, so I'm entertaining to some people. Which reminds me, hit that like button. Hit that like button if you haven't yet, because it helps out. I mean, let's see here. There's 74 likes as of right now, but there's 122 votes. So I don't understand that. That should be a topic right there. How the fuck are there more votes than actual likes? And by 50. But yeah, Gun Bunny says, I hate watch my scale mostly. At first I thought you were talking about like the scale of action figures, but then I realized you were talking about your weight scale. And Plastic Battle says, I only watch what I like, as it should be, man. Like, isn't all of our time way too precious to waste on people we don't like? Now, don't get me wrong. I'll tune in And if someone says, hey, this person is talking about this, and I may not like them, but I want to hear what their take is. Because even times there are people that you don't like that have, they may have good information. They may have a good take on something that you're interested in. It doesn't mean that you have to tune in and watch them, every single time. I tuned in to hear what Ninja had to say. I don't watch Ninjas. I don't really watch Ninja stuff anymore, but I wanted to hear what he had to say about, what was going on. I felt no need to comment. I felt no need to, interject myself into it. And, I really wanted to hear what was said. And I wanted to see what the people also had to say. And I think most of the people yesterday, if you watched that live stream, most of the people were cordial about it. There are some people that were not. There's some people that were not cordial. And again, I can understand why they weren't. But again, I think when you're in someone else's chat, you should be cordial. Even though the people they weren't cordial to were the person that he has a problem with. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for what that person did, because that person was way out of line. And I've told him this numerous times. But that was like something that, again, I didn't hate watch it. I watched it to hear what was being said, because I thought it was something that's going on in the community that I needed to watch. Just like I went and, I tuned in and listened to what happened with Oz last week, and I didn't comment on it. I watched it, and he had some drama that happened, and he needed to address it. So, but I'm friends with Oz. I watch his stuff all the time. So that's a bad hate watch thing that I was. But yeah, again, I don't understand the whole hate watching thing. I don't. But if you do, then you do. Hey, it's still engagement. That's the way that I see it. And the fact is, we run in here we had over 90 people watching. I have 2 moderators. I have 2 moderators. And I feel like if someone comes in here and they're being shitty, we have a bunch of people that are basically, they take care of business, right? And, we haven't needed more of that. So there was a little trauma with Oz, and he handled it the same way that I handled it. Not as angry as me. Not as angry as I was. But not that many people get that angry. What the hell? He took a human life. Fucking rabid Batman is a good people. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about now. Graf says, how many months I've been subscribed to this channel? I can hate watch like a professional. I believe that if you've been, you're saying I hate to watch them and I watch it because I hate them, I find that hard to believe. I believe you're just saying you hate them because that's what you've been telling yourself, but in actuality, you really do like what they do because you've been watching for a long time. Anyway, it is 12:18. I do have to wake up in the morning, and I have 4 more full days of work, and I still have other shit I have to get done. Not tonight. I got to get stuff wrapped up with my ex with this new insurance before her and my daughter fly out to California for a week. I have a live stream on Thursday with a friend, with GI Bro, who has the best guns in the community going right now, but we're working on it. We're working on it, guys. We're going to get there. I'm never going to get there. But if they're bigger, I'm not going for the most ripped ones. And then, like I said, No show next Monday. I hate doing it. You guys know that I hate taking days off. I feel like if I miss a day, everyone's gonna leave. It's weird. But this Saturday Night Toy Rambling, starting at 9 p.m. I'm gonna go probably an hour at the beginning, the same way as I do here. I'm gonna ramble on about all the shit that I have to say, and then we're gonna turn it into the Clubhouse. So another Clubhouse takeover here with me on my channel. I believe Oz is also going to broadcast it on his when we hit that, but we're going to have the big round table. But you know what? We're probably going to change it up a little bit. Since I'm not going to be able to talk all the news, I'll probably have slides, and we'll be able to go through all the damn slides, and I'll have multiple people be able to talk about it. And then we just go till, I don't think I'll be going until 5 in the morning, especially not if I'm starting at 9 p.m. Because I still have stuff I got to do on Sunday. It's crazy. And just Jeff is saying, hooray, something to do on Saturday. Hey, I saw you on the Clubhouse, man. You were on the Clubhouse for quite some time, but I was filming something. I was filming something with someone else. And when I got done, it was like the last thing I wanted to do was jump on. So I'm loving seeing Jeff jump on the Clubhouse. And I know Oz loves when he's getting new people, and we all do, man. Yep, I oozed my way in. Nah, dude. Jeff, you are honest to God, you are a good part of the community. You are one of the people that you really do, in my opinion, you're one of those people that kind of keep everything grounded in many ways. All right. And I've fully said this before, about people. There are some people, I'll say there's people I don't like, and that's fine. We don't have to like everyone on the playground. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with not liking everyone. There is something wrong with telling people, hey, don't watch them. Don't watch. Like, I would never do that, right? You're perfectly fine to go and watch people that I don't like because, your issue is not, my issue with them is not your issue, and vice versa, right? It should never be like that. And Jeff, you do a wonderful job. You navigate and you enjoy the things that you like, and you don't like the things you like. And I hope everyone can do the exact same thing. There's a lot of people that are friends and they like everyone. I've never been that person in my life. I will never be that person in my life, and I'm okay with it. And like I said, the playground is big. You don't have to be mean to people that you don't like, but you just don't have to associate with them. Makes it easy, right? No, Jeff, you're absolutely right. There are so many people that I have talked to in the community that have told me, like, yeah, this person, they were like, dude, you can't be friends with them. I've heard people mad at other people like, dude, you shouldn't have him on your show. Punk is not liked. And they're like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. Like, are you serious? Like, come on, dude. I couldn't ever imagine telling somebody, you know what, I don't like that person. You shouldn't either. What the fuck is that, dude? We live in some fucked up world, man, that we're telling people who they can and can't like. I'm not going to get political. I'm going to get out of here. I'm about to go on another rant, but I'm not going to because it will turn into something awful. Anyway, thank you guys all for joining. Again, this Thursday, 9 p.m., Thursday with a friend, GI Bro, and then this Saturday, Clubhouse Takeover. It'll be Saturday Night Toy Ramblings going into Clubhouse Takeover with me. Take care.